Hello, fellow followers, and welcome back to the Physical Media Show. Yes, Tim Hayes and Dragon Master 360. The show is happening tonight. Sorry about last week. I had to cancel early last week, and I apologize for that. It was a bit of an insanity-filled day, and I just couldn't do it that night. But we are back tonight. So welcome back, Runner. Welcome back, Tom, and hail to everybody watching and in the chat.
What's going on?
And welcome back, Cotter.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Hey, Mr. Carter.
Hey, Mr. Cotter. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. It's like,
Oh, my God.
have you seen I can ride a mechanical bull?
That's hilarious because just what soundtrack I just got in the mail yesterday.
Let me guess. Urban Cowboy.
You goddamn right.
That's a good one. It's not bad.
Believe it or not, yeah, it's got Jimmy Buffett, Joe Walsh, Eagles,
Yeah.
fucking like Kenny Rogers, Charlie Daniels band, and they're all hits and shit too. Like,
Yeah, it's good ones.
most of them are like, yeah.
My
pretty
dad
good
will
album.
be playing that all the time.
It's like the country
Yeah.
western equivalent of Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah, you got it right. It's true. It's true. But yes. So welcome back, and 'tis the season. We're just gonna, do what we do. Talk about some
Jingle
upcoming-
bells.
jingle bells, and deck them halls, and all that good stuff. We'll talk about some upcoming releases, and we'll show some stuff, and we'll have a good time tonight, everybody. So before we begin, Tom, I know you talked to. Oh, see, look, great minds. Great minds. Except I like your Spider-Man one.
Hold on a second. Let me get my hat.
I'm mad I saw somebody with a Batman one today. I was so pissed.
Oh man.
I actually had some news that just dropped here earlier that I'm wondering if Runner knows about.
We'll have to wait till he gets back. He's grabbing a hat.
Yeah.
But yes, I caught a little bit of the 4K for you earlier. So there's a lot of some news and stuff we can go over before we get into all this.
We didn't even get into the Blu-rays. My God.
I know,
got
right?
better.
Speaking of
Okay.
Blu-rays, check out my blue hat.
Oh my gosh, it's perfect.
Yeah.
And it's tiny.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
That's what she
It'll
said.
grow someday, son.
Yeah, once the ball drops there, you'll be all right.
Yes, once the big ball drops, then you're good. No, but did you hear the news, Runner, that Michael Keaton is coming back for Batgirl?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So is Ben Affleck, so.
I thought Keaton was replacing Ben Affleck.
That's the thing is I'm not 100% sure on Affleck, but Keaton is official.
Okay. Because I've been hearing things about Ben being in the show, but because I don't know, because isn't J.K.
Ben's an odd
Simmons-
duck. Supposedly they filmed two different versions of the end of Flashpoint, one where Ben dies and one where he doesn't.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
And everybody was like, "Oh, he's coming back, and I've been hearing rumblings about him possibly doing his movie as a miniseries and all that stuff for HBO Max. And there was the talk of him coming back for Batgirl, which is like, well, then I guess we know which ending they're going to use. And then all of a sudden here this week, actually, he comes out in an interview and saying he's done with IPs, kind of insinuating that he doesn't want to come back and do Batman and shit again. He's like, I'd rather do like nothing kind of thing.
like last I've heard, like in terms of like Ben, I'll get to my whole Michael Keaton thing. Ben, I've heard he says he would like to play Batman if it's to finish Zack Snyder's story. That's what I heard.
I don't know. See, he's said kind of conflicting things, but then again, it's like he's contractually obligated to a point too, I think. So
yeah, I mean, and
all
when it comes to
depends.
Keaton, like, don't get me wrong, I like Michael Keaton as Batman. I really do. I mean, that first movie made me a Batman fan, but I think he's really freaking old for this role. Unless you want to do old man Bruce Wayne, then that's cool.
Just give us Batman
You
Beyond.
watch your tongue.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
Oh God.
Actually, what's funny is because this goes along with the reporting we did a while ago that they were trying to push for Michael Keaton to sign on to multiple films because they want to do a Batman Begins or a Batman Beyond. I mean.
Watch them do Batman Beyond, but with Batgirl.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that. I was kind of thinking something kind of similar to that, but we'll see with this Batgirl announcement. But speaking of announcements,
That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah,
Yes,
I think we
go
got
ahead.
a ton of announcements to get to. I don't know where you want to begin.
Let's begin with, since you didn't get to some of the Blu-rays on the 4K for you, go over some of the Blu-rays that's coming.
Like other than like the DC shit, like aren't there like rumors of like Andrew Garfield coming back as Spider-Man?
There's some talks, but
Yes.
I mean that's something that's like I've heard they're going to be back for Doctor Strange anyway.
Yeah, spoiler alert. After watching No Way Home, I really liked Andrew Garfield in that he completely
did get a
stole
chance
the show.
to kind of, I don't know about stealing the show, but he did get a chance to redeem himself.
No,
he stole
the show. I
would argue Willem Dafoe kind of stole the show.
No, he's a close second. He was the one that. No, Willem Dafoe was like second to me. Andrew Garfield was first. I don't care what anyone says.
I will say though that I never hated Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. I just thought he was in really shitty movies.
Thank you.
I hate him as Peter Parker.
Oh, I hate him as Peter Parker.
He is a little bit of a cooler Peter Parker, isn't he?
This is what I think. Like, yeah, like exactly. Like Andrew Garfield, great Spider-Man. Like him portraying Spider-Man on screen like that. That to me is Spider-Man. His Peter Parker sucks, but his Peter Parker was way fucking better in this new movie.
Well, we should say Merry Christmas to the chat. We got Dragon Master. How you doing?
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Tim Hayes is here, I see. Panda Claus. Tyrell is here.
Yep. Yes. Hello, everybody. Eugene Rawls. That's my boy.
Like Lou, you related to Lou Rawls?
Lou Rawls.
I haven't watched the Garfield Christmas one yet. I got to watch this. I watched the Chipmunk one the other night. But
that's a good one. I like the Garfield one too. He don't get a lot of love.
Not really. But yeah, we've got a ton of Blu-ray news. Yes. For those who didn't pick up Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Complete series a while back when it came out in that fancy house box set. Well, it's getting a standard Blu-ray box set on March 1st. Chippendales Rescue Rangers is coming to Blu-ray.
Oh, nice.
Odd, but cool. So that means we're going to get some HD Rescue Rangers. Speaking of Blu-ray, but not HD, Sonic was announced that they're releasing pretty much all the classic Sonic cartoons. And I was wondering when they were going to start doing this in the US, because this has been a thing in the UK and Germany and other places for a while, where they'll just release standard definition stuff on Blu-ray because you can fit a shit ton more on a Blu-ray, right? So like you can get the entire like Ghostbusters series on like a couple of discs from the UK. Cool. Or Germany or whatever. So like they're doing that now with like the Sonic series, and I can't remember the other one they announced too that they're doing it with, but like all the Sonic series, including like the Sonic Boom and the original ones. So that's kind of cool, and that's coming from N Circle, which is kind of a. I'm assuming they're not new, but they're new to me. I've never heard of them before.
Yeah, I've never heard of them.
But they're getting a 5.1 audio upgrade. So yeah, nice steelbook box sets. So.
No,
or at least the Sonic Boom is. I don't know about the rest, but yes, indeed. And then we also had Terror Out of the Sky from Kino Lorber.
I heard about that one.
A bug movie.
Yes.
Francis the Talking Mule Blu-ray collection. That's an interesting release. For those who may remember those films, those were favorites of my dad. They used to show them on like Sundays on like TBS or WGN or something like that.
It always makes me think of that Don Knotts movie, where the horse talks. I can't think of the name of it at the moment, but
wasn't he in one of those?
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why. It's where like it plays football, kicks the field goal.
No. That's a different one. You're right. No, you're right. Originally, yeah. And I can't remember the name of it. Somebody in the chat will.
Yeah, if you guys remember that, let us know.
Yeah, and then let's see here. What else do we have? The Accused with Jodie Foster is coming to Blu-ray from a Paramount.
That's not a bad flick.
I think that's one that we got a 4K remaster, but it's just coming on Blu-ray. But I'm not sure.
Gus.
Yes. That's it. Yes,
that's the name of it. Yep.
Speaking of Sonic, Chad. That is also getting a re-release in a Mega Steelbook, but I believe the Blu-ray is the same exact one as before. Jimmy Neutron movie is finally coming to Blu-ray. So fans of that should be happy. The Will Smith King Richard movie's coming to Blu-ray. Now here's one that I was really excited about and didn't really get a chance to talk about earlier because it's Blu-ray, but I don't understand why they're only releasing it on Blu-ray. Kino, bless them, is doing a 2K restoration of Man on the Moon, the Jim Carrey, Andy Kaufman biopic.
Oh yeah.
but it's only a 2K restoration.
Well, you would think that would be deserve of a 4K.
I know, right? I mean, I get it. The movie didn't make a shit ton at the theater, but it's, it's kind of a cult film.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of disappointed with that. Yeah, that video is going to be on there. It looks like they're just carrying over all the stuff from the DVD prior, which is fine, but I would have hoped for at least a 4K master on that one. But I guess I'll take
nice,
because it still has never been released on Blu-ray. We got Stone, the 74. It's called Oxploitation film. Film.
Yeah, I saw this today. I had never heard of this before till today.
That's coming. That's from.
It has something to do with it was in Australia or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know much about that one either. So that might be an interesting one, like you're saying. The Death on the Nile is coming. Flea is coming. I'm not sure what that is.
Never heard of that one.
Belladonna, and there was another anime here that was coming out that I'm not too familiar with. Sorry. Millennium Actress, looks like. And then we have the 1988 film Deep Space from Scorpion. We have John Wick Chapter 4, which has been delayed. That's a theatrical thing. Sorry, I had nothing to do with nothing. Stingray, the complete Blu-ray series, is coming. Let's see here. We've got Drive coming to 4K from Second Sight.
Yes, that's good flick.
The Ryan Gosling film. Bloody Pit of Horror from 1965. Sounds like an interesting one coming from Severin. 88 Films is doing Black Cat. I think we talked about that one before. I think the original Flight of the Phoenix is coming from Criterion. Now, the weird thing is I think that some of these movies, that's a 2K restoration. Now, okay, so The Last Waltz is getting a 4K Blu-ray. Okay, so The Last Waltz, which is the Martin Scorsese concert film, that will be getting a 4K restoration, but includes performances from Bob Dylan, Joni Mitchell, Van Morrison, the Staple Singers, Muddy Waters, Neil Young. That's coming from Criterion. And we're also getting Les Circle Rouge, if I'm saying that right, and Love Jones, an adaptation, or adoption. Sorry, not adaptation. My bad. Although adaptation would be a good one. Pink Floyd is getting a 4K restoration, but only a Blu-ray set.
The Wall?
The Pulse.
Pulse.
Pulse concert, which is the same thing they did with Delicate Sound of Thunder, which was weird. And then, of course, most of you might have noticed that No Time to Die hit Blu-ray.
A little bit early, too, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was supposed to not be out for a little bit. Shooter is coming to 4K Blu-ray. Now, here's the question part. This is one that's been on digital for a while in 4K. So they're finally bringing it out on disc, but right now they're only listing a steelbook. So it may be a steelbook only release. Now, there was another movie that was like this. Wasn't it Dirty Dancing or something like that recently? And I think that another
one. Dirty Dancing was released on 4K for Best Buy only.
In a steelbook only. And there's a couple other movies that
wasn't Ron only exclusively on steelbook?
Yeah, that was a steelbook as well. Yep. There was a couple other ones too. I'm trying to remember. So that might be one of those situations. Magnum PI is finally coming to Blu-ray in a 32 disc box or 30 disc box set from Mill Creek.
We love Mill Creek. I tried. Wow. I actually retweeted at them and said, "Hey, if you guys ever want to come on here,"
they're like,
they're still booked for Street Fighter.
Yeah, they're like, "No, we changed the thing so you guys would quit picking on us." You know, it's not the building. Leave us alone.
Leave us alone. Quit it, you ruffians.
Now, some other ones we didn't necessarily have dates for everything, but some of these we do. Some of them are rumors, so I'll try to label them as such if they are. 8 Mile is coming. I don't have a date for that though. Sword and Sorcerer was another one that was announced for 4K. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is one coming.
Yes. I really can't believe that's getting
that
4K,
one just popped up out of nowhere. Yeah, and that's already going to be out in I think January or something like that.
March.
Toxic Avenger or March, yeah. Toxic Avenger, I believe, is rumored, but I think that's a good chance.
For 4K?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Because there's also, I don't know how far along they are with the remake of that with Peter Dinklage.
Oh, yeah,
might come out
true.
with that. Mank is coming to 4K from Criterion, so I hope that's a sign that they're going to be bringing out The Irishman in 4K. I'd heard that was one that's possible. Now, here's a pair of steelbooks that are coming from Lionsgate. Punisher is one of them, the Thomas Jane Punisher.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it doesn't say anything on it as anything different. It's just a steelbook. They still haven't released the extended cut on 4K or Blu-ray.
Yeah, no, I still have that on DVD.
Yeah, I'm assuming this is just the same Blu-ray they released before. Until I know differently, that's all I know.
Okay.
But they all are also releasing on the same day Requiem for a Dream. On that steelbook, though, it says it's the director's cut. Now, the original version of the film of Requiem for a Dream has been released on 4K, but it's just the theatrical as far as I know. Right. So this one will be a new one. Now, I would think it would make more sense if they're going to do these and release them on the same day that they would do the extended cut of the Punisher. But it doesn't say anything on that as far as it being an extended cut or anything like that. So as of right now, keep in mind, if you already own it, unless you want the steelbook, it's probably the same disc unless we hear otherwise.
Yeah. Okay.
Heat has been popping up again. Now, if you may remember, that one was supposed to come out around the same time as Speed, but never materialized.
Right.
That's been in talks again to be hitting Blu-ray 4K, as well as West Side Story, the original, which I'm sure will probably come out right around the same time as the remake, most likely.
I wonder which one of those will outsell the other.
I think we already know the answer to that one. And then, of course, the two big announcements of the week. Now, did we cover that American Werewolf in London and Howling are coming, right? I think we covered those already.
Yeah, you talked about Halloween. Halloween comes out in January, but the American Werewolf, I think we mentioned it once when it was just
okay, well, it has an announcement now. That's coming March 15th, yeah.
Yeah. So
from Arrow.
Yes.
So there you go. For those who were like, oh, crap, with the one that you didn't get your hands on for like $200. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And the other big news for classic films was Robocop is finally getting its 4K release.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
Exactly. It's about damn time.
Now, I can't wait for that one.
The goodies are exactly the same as the 2019 Arrow release. And there is a steelbook edition. Now, keep in mind, it looks like the case is if you get the steelbook, it only comes with one disc. It is a 2-disc 4K release. One disc is the theatrical edition, one is the director's cut. Now, most of the special features appear to be on the director's cut disc, but there is still some features that are on the theatrical edition that I'm sure are not going to get carried over because it's a completely separate disc.
Right.
So keep that in mind.
Got it.
All right. At least for now, that's the situation. Then the other big news.
Huge.
Paul Feig is losing his goddamn mind on Twitter. Did you guys know why that is?
Because they've been snubbed from the Ghostbusters box set.
That is right. I actually had to correct myself because I originally heard with this box set that those other 2 discs that nobody knew what they were Ghostbusters 2016, but that is not the case. They are not. They are special features. So I'm hoping that one of those discs is the disc from the limited edition steelbook from a couple of years back that people pay what, $80 for or whatever on eBay.
Right.
So, and the other disc hopefully is all the stuff they uncovered recently as far as deleted scenes and all that good stuff. So fingers crossed, kids, that we're getting 2 extra bonus discs along with hopefully slightly upgraded versions of Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2 because those were fairly early Sony releases. They're not the best looking movies. When they released Karate Kid recently, they did upgrade Karate Kid with Dolby Vision. The original release of Karate Kid didn't have Dolby Vision on it, and they did technically remaster it, I guess you could call it that. The only thing they changed was that. So keep that in mind. But there was a bit of a disappointment because it does appear that the recent Spider-Man movies that were released were not redone in any way, so they're just the old HDR.
Just repackaged.
Oh, with the 4K releases that they did?
Yeah, as far as I can tell, they're the same 4K releases from like 5 years ago or whatever.
Yes. Gap Stargate, it looks like they are going to be special features. I also had to correct myself as well, too, because I thought they were going to be 2016.
Yes. And actually, I've seen a little bit better picture, and when you zoom in, you can see that the side of that other case says special features.
Yeah, the picture I found was horrible. That's the only one I could find for the video I did.
Yeah,
And-
I saw
but
that
yeah.
too. That was a
But then when the listing came up on Amazon and Walmart, there was pretty much no doubt at that point because it only lists the 3 movies.
Yes, so
Thank
it's
God.
great. Yes.
Well, you would
Poor-
think they'd had a ton left over to get rid of anyway. They probably could have just gave it away as coasters.
Poor Paul, for he was pitiful.
And then he's whining about it now on Twitter.
Why can't we be part of this set?
Why can't we be friends?
Because nobody
Why
liked your
can't
shitty
we
movie.
be friends?
I remember when the Snyder Cut was announced and Paul Feig was like, I have a 3-hour cut
Yeah,
of
right.
Ghostbusters. Yeah, fuck off. No one
Nobody wants to see that shit.
Yeah, nobody does. like I said, they even forced it on my Voodoo. Like
I know,
it
right?
went bad.
They
And
had
yes,
to give
Dan
the shit
Blackburn,
away.
he says, I'm most interested in that book.
Yes, there is
Yes,
a neat book
yes.
with it. I guess this book has been a book that's been out of print since the movie first came out, so that's a big plus. But yeah, it does appear that we're going to get 2
I'm interested
bonus
in that book
discs.
too.
Yeah,
Because there is 2 discs per movie, but I'm thinking one's a 4K disc and one's a Blu-ray.
that's what I was thinking. It was
Oh, no
probably
doubt.
like 4K Blu-ray, and then this
But
bonus
the
disc.
disc art for the first 2 movies does look different than any other release before. So I'm hoping and praying that they are remastered because that would at least make it, or at least got Dolby Vision on them this time.
Right.
So at least make it worth a little bit of the upgrade.
It's not like the other 4Ks are bad though, but definitely would
No,
an
but I have
upgrade
bought
would be nice.
Ghostbusters so many fucking times. Literally,
I'm
2
going
or
to
3
have to.
times on format.
Okay, the only things I have Ghostbusters wise is the first 2 on Blu-ray comes with like the set.
I had an old
And then-
VHS.
and then-
I
and then-
rebought it on VHS. I bought it on DVD twice. I bought it on Blu-ray, I think 2 or 3 times. And I'm on 4K. This will be the second time now. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Renner.
No, it's fine. No, and then I got the first one on 4K. I haven't gotten the second because I didn't see it in the stores. But yeah, I might get this set even though I'll have Ghostbusters, the first one on 4K like twice.
Yeah, it's listed at $129 on Amazon, which is insane, and it's listed for $88 on Walmart, which seems more likely. But I'm willing to bet it's going to go down to about $60.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like because it was $88.99, and then
Well, usually the first price that pops up on these is the full retail, and then just before they come out, they'll usually dump it down to whatever. So it'll go down usually.
yeah.
They did that with the I don't know. Yeah, they do that with a decent amount of things. So yeah.
And that's the upside of usually if you order from Amazon, at least if you order and then like the price change or whatever, they send you the difference or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyhow, so that was the big news. Holy crap, we finally got through it all.
Yeah, that was a lot. But it's I mean, if you're a physical media collector stuff, I mean this what a
Did we
time,
even
man.
talk about the Halloween disc or did that come out after
the Halloween Kills?
Yeah. I know we
think
brought it
talked
up
about
before, but
last week you mentioned that we had a date and I believe it's like January.
yeah, but
12th,
did we know
maybe?
it was the extended cut with the alternate ending? and all
Yes,
that
the
shit?
extended cut
Okay,
with
all
alternate
right.
ending and stuff.
I couldn't remember if we brought it up.
Yeah, I can't remember. Is it the 12th or the 22nd?
It's soon. I know that. It's already on
Yeah,
digital.
I know. Yeah, you can get it on digital watch now, but I'll wait till disc.
That reminded me. I forgot to cancel my fucking Peacock subscription.
I canceled mine like right after I watched it.
I should have.
I watched
forgot.
it. I only got it for that because usually I'd go to theaters. Like that's what I prefer, but this was easy to get to. So
If I had the fucking time, they have like all the classic SNL and like
Exactly.
Johnny Carson's and shit on there. I just got to get the time. Of course, they have like Cheers and stuff on there, but I already have that.
yes, I love Cheers though. But yeah, I watched it like 3 times because I watched it once by myself just to see how it was, and then I watched it once with my dad, once with my brother, and then I was done with it and I canceled.
Speaking of shows randomly getting released on Blu-ray, I got the Andy Griffith set.
Oh, did you get the Blu-ray set?
Yeah, it was like wow. I did not expect that. See, because CBS released the first season on Blu-ray like 3 years ago and never released any more.
Do you get the movie?
Yeah,
Do you get the
comes with
movie?
The one of them anyway. The Return to Mayberry. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Did it come on Blu-ray?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's awesome because I have it on
Only a
DVD
few
and
of the
it's
features are in standard def. What they could get in HD, they did. They did a pretty good job from what I've seen so far.
oh, that's cool. I'm gonna have to get that because I love
Compared
the
to
Andy Griffith
the
show.
Mill Creek I Dream of Jeannie set.
Our friends in Mill Creek. If we win some, we lose some
Now,
with them.
they started out good. You got the first season is I think 4 or 5 or no, maybe a couple more than that episodes per disc, but they give them room to breathe. They look pretty good. The first season in black and white, the rest of them are in color. Now, for some reason, once they get to like I can't remember if it's the third or fourth season, they start cramming like 20 episodes on a disc for
Ooh.
some fucking reason. So the quality starts to waver quite a bit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know whose call that was, but it was like, for the price, you could have spread it out over 2 or 3 more discs.
It was like, let's give it to the guy who designed our website. He can finish it up.
Just put a building on it.
Yeah, just put the building in it. We'll like Photoshop a sign that says Mill Crack.
Mill Crack.
No, but otherwise, if you can find it for a decent price, I can pretty much recommend it.
Cool. I like
it actually
that.
has. Speaking of reunion movies, that's what reminded me of that, because it actually has one of the reunion movies on it that was not released before.
That's cool. That's awesome. It's good to know. It's good to know. It's good to hear, Tom.
That's it.
That's it. I hope everybody heard all that because that's some great physical media news right there for you
And that
guys.
Andy Griffith set is kind of worth it, even though it seems pricey at first look. You got to remember that's 8 seasons with like 30 some episodes a season. I'll never get through this box.
It's like I still have not seen the whole series because
like 500 fucking episodes.
It's ridiculous. Oh, but it's good. So let's okay. That's good news.
Yeah. So that's everything. Then we got to that. Holy shit, we did manage to do it in under 30 minutes. My guess was 30 minutes.
We did it in 27 minutes, I believe. So that
I
was
don't
good.
think we forgot anything either.
No, I don't think so. The Sword and the Sorceress coming to 4K.
I did bring that one up already.
Did you? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we didn't miss anything. So all right.
So. I did a pretty good job. I even made a list this week because I didn't want.
Yeah, you did good. You ran it down good. Tom's the master.
The 4K master.
The 4K.
Yeah, Tom did it better than you.
Yeah, I know Tom does it better than me. Tom's got a better voice than I do.
Nobody watched Shang-Chi.
I was giving you shit. I did watch. Shang-Chi. It was.
Did you buy it though? Was my question.
Oh no, I did not buy it. I watched it on.
And I did get my Vinegar Syndrome box set, but I showed you guys the picture of that in the.
Yes. Did you do your Flesh for Frankenstein thing? Did it work?
They're just supposed to automatically do it since I ordered it through the website.
Oh, okay.
And they did the same. They did the same exact thing. They were great for Beastmaster. Didn't have to do a friggin' thing.
Sweet.
Now Criterion, on the other hand, and another one we'll talk about here in a little bit.
Yes, that still corrects me, man. Just break your disc, send us a picture.
Send it to them. No, not just send them a picture. I guess you actually have to send it in to them too. Did you hear this shit?
No, I just heard you had to send a picture, but you had to send a broken disc too.
I guess so, because then they send it back, the other one back to you, and whatever it is you say. I guess maybe unless I read it wrong, but I'm like reading this thing and it's like I'm not going through all that shit. I got a Blu-ray version of it already. Fuck it.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. I was like, damn, I'll just keep this disc. They must really want it destroyed for some reason.
They are acting way overboard on that. Look, I know sometimes people will pull boners and try to sell or give away discs like that and stuff like that, but the amount of people is so minimal, and the people that they're probably gonna give it to or buy it anyway were never gonna buy it in the first place. Yeah. So it's like the stupidest thing ever. Like Vinegar Syndrome is one of the best ones I know as far as replacements. Shout is generally good, but lately they've been kind of meh. Yeah. But Criterion, the way they handled this, my God. This is one of the worst things ever I've ever seen. Between just,
it's crazy.
Real quick, I want to say about Criterion. Yeah.
Gap Stargate. Have a good night. Merry Christmas.
Oh, he's man, already?
Yeah, he's got to go. Have a good night, man.
Started, man.
Merry Christmas. But go ahead, Tom.
He's that guy that leaves after the first beer.
Well, I got to go.
Yeah, it's your turn to buy. Yeah, that's why.
Next round's on this guy.
I don't even drink, but no.
Yeah.
So where are we? Let's show some movies. But fuck no,
let's
that
do
was
it.
disappointing.
Runner, we'll start with you. What do you got for us tonight? We'll start with you up first. Are you there?
All right.
Yeah.
No, sorry. It's my mic. I'm trying to. The freaking stand thing fell out. I didn't even know. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. This is the only Christmas movie I have. Or should I save it last?
You bring it in whenever you want. It's bring whatever you want. But I just one or two Christmas movies. It's up to you, man.
I'll save it last. I'll just save it last because why not? So this movie, I think I watched like 2 weeks ago. I wanted to show this off, but Greg had to cancel last week. But this is a movie I don't think FanZcene has seen yet. I don't know how to give this an introduction, but
is it Debbie Does Dallas?
Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork. Yes, I have not seen that one yet. Yes. Have you watched it?
Surprises us.
I have.
Oh, listen. Okay, let's hand it over. What do you got?
It's good. It's a good movie, but it's probably not one I'd rewatch too often.
Wow.
If that makes sense. Like, it's a good movie. I can
understand, but it was one of those movies when I saw it, I watched it right away again.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't believe what I just watched.
I can't do it with this movie. I can't.
Why not?
It's just not. It's not one of those movies. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
I get you.
I think when you watch it, you'll understand what I mean.
Now, see, I'll probably like it though. I'll probably watch it a couple times when I finally see
the type of stuff you like, Greg. Yeah, you'll probably.
Yeah. I know. I'll enjoy Clockwork. Like I said, I raised my nephew who's 22 years old, and he's seen it before I have, and he loves it. So I know I'm gonna love it.
I think it's really good. Don't get me wrong, it's a good movie. Really,
were you expecting
really good.
Something more darker, or what was the?
I didn't know what to really expect too much. I've seen clips of the movie, and I knew those were gonna be in it. Cause that whole scene where what's his name, Alex, the main character, where he's he's in the chair watching a film, and he's getting eye drops and shit. That's been a meme I've seen many times. So I knew that was gonna be. I knew that was gonna be in the movie and stuff. But
hey, I mean, I get it. I think you're coming to the party a little late, and plus you're younger, so it's probably. I don't know what to say, but like I said, I haven't seen it yet, so I'd be able to talk better about it once I get to see it.
I mean, what's your thoughts on Kubrick overall?
I like Kubrick. He's a pretty damn good filmmaker.
Yeah, I like him too, and I know you'll disagree with me on this, Greg. You haven't even seen this movie, but I like Full Metal Jacket more.
Now, see, I didn't like Full Metal Jacket.
I know. I really fucking enjoyed that movie. That movie I could rewatch again.
It's like we talked about last time. It's like Tom said, if they never made it to Vietnam, it probably would have been just a better movie because it kind of.
I do agree. I do agree that movie is two different movies.
Yeah.
The Vietnam stuff, the Vietnam stuff is cool to me, but the beginning part is definitely way better. That first hour is the best part of the movie, no doubt.
Yeah. Ever since we talked about that one time and talked about how they should have recut it, or he should have recut it, with flashbacks to it would have played a little, or at least it wouldn't have made it feel like two different movies.
Exactly.
But no, Kubrick is a god.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
And Tyrell says about Clockwork Orange, it's a movie that requires a second watch to fully process it all.
I mean,
Chad Riddle says it's not a feel-good film.
Did you see Darth Vader in it? David Prowse is in it.
Oh yeah, he is. I forgot about that. That was cool.
Yeah. For a few minutes, anyway.
Yeah, for a few minutes, I did realize that.
And Panda Claw says he's not a fan of Full Metal Jacket. The first half should have been the whole movie. That's what I think. That
We had an entire conversation
Yeah,
about that.
yeah, we had a conversation about this. Like the first half is like the best part of the movie, but like overall, as like
the climax is the big scene with Gomer, right?
Yeah,
or with Kyle or whatever. Yeah,
Metal Jacket.
Yeah,
yeah. But Brian Barth
is your malfunction.
Oh, Arlie Emery, man, he was so
only
cool.
Two things come out of Texas:
steers and.
Hey, we can use that word. I think it's the Q in the LGBT.
It's the Q. But Brian Barth has a good question here. I wonder how Kubrick or other directors from that era would fit into modern Hollywood. They wouldn't. They wouldn't.
I don't know, but I've been told.
Yeah, like
no, because pussy is mighty cold. Good. Tastes good.
I'll admit, A Clockwork Orange is not a movie that would be made today.
Oh fuck
no.
Like not with all the like. It's the most like nudity I've seen in like a movie, and
it's really
I know
not that much really. It's I think more
I thought
maybe it's the visceral nature of it, perhaps.
Maybe that's why, like,
because it's all basically surrounded around rape scenes besides the one threesome scene. Yeah. Although that is fairly graphic, but it's all compacted and
it's no worse than Society. So,
I mean, I will probably rewatch it at some point. It's just not one I'd rewatch too often, if that makes sense.
You know, it's one of those where I watched it a couple times, then I read the book, and I wouldn't say the book helps you understand it more, but it kind of just, you see it from a little bit different perspective-ish. Not even, though, but it's like, because the movie does a really good job of capturing the book. The only thing missing in the movie really is the final chapter, which the author decided to take out after the movie came out. So it's a good quick read, though. It's not a very long book at all.
Oh,
yeah, it's like a really short book. I'm sure it's available on digital.
And as soon as I finally ever get to watch this movie, I'll be able to understand more of the conversation.
No, yeah, I do think someone like you would enjoy it.
The thing is the story itself and what the movie is about are kind of like two different things. Does that make sense? Because like this, what you see happening in the movie is just a series of events that happens with this character and how they live their life and then how they have to face the consequences. But really the big point of the movie is this whole kind of like, you know, comment on, you know, rehabilitation and how the media and all these other things feed into, you know, it really was a comment on how things were, you know, coming to be in a way, you know, you'll know what I mean after you see it. It has a lot of like underlying not messages so much, but like just what's the word I'm looking for? It's like comments. It comments on a lot of social things.
Social commentary.
yeah, there you go. I'm half awake. I've literally had like 6 hours of sleep in the last 3 days.
Oh man,
forgive me.
Yeah, that's been this whole week for me.
But yes, how they got away with the Clockwork Orange game and Space Jam 2, ask LeBron James.
That was after watching this after watching this movie, I'm just like, what the fuck? How did they get away with that?
I'm in the same boat with you, man. I have no idea what they're doing there.
What? Like they cancel
maybe because there's Funko Pops of them, I guess. I don't know.
No, but like
Pepe Le Pew, no, but the Clockwork Orange game.
Yeah, we can't have him. He's a little rapey, but you got actual rapists? Bring him on in.
Yeah, right. It's like
popular.
What the fuck? Because I remember people talking about that once that one trailer came out, and people were saying like, "Oh wow, that's bad." And then after watching this movie, it's like, "What the fuck?"
Now you know why.
Yeah, now I understand.
Singing in the rain. What a glorious feel.
But that's cool, Runners. It's interesting though to hear what you had to say. I was wondering how you would take that to that. So now we know.
I bought it just just so I can get myself to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
originally rated X. That's true.
Yes.
Okay, on
Originally.
my digital library, like my on my Apple TV account, it says rated X, but on the Blu-ray on the 4K Blu-ray that I have, it says rated R.
Yeah, it got re-rated when it was re-released, but the original rating was X. Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, Kubrick himself pulled it from. Yeah, I think we brought this up last time, but he pulled it in the UK because he was afraid of the blowback and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. But that was a good pick of the night.
Yeah, I'm kind of proud of you.
Yeah. See, he's learning from you, Tom, and a little bit from me. So
Mostly
A
from
little
Tom.
bit of you.
yeah,
and a
mostly from
little
Tom.
bit
I
of
know. Tom's the guru.
Well,
I-
you got that. You bring in a lot of the B stuff that I would
I
never
know.
expect Runner to
Yeah,
include.
yeah, I know. No, because yeah, exactly. Because Greg just brings up the shit I've like never heard of. Like, what the
I've
fuck
just-
is this?
I mean,
Tammy and the T-Rex, like I brought in.
Yeah, I like that. That's a
yeah,
good movie, but
and
I mean,
then I watched it like that night, and I'm like, what the fuck?
It's a mind fuck, ain't it?
it's
Yeah,
so good
it's
though.
like it's so.
I don't
it's
know if I
so-
should laugh, cry, or freak the fuck out.
See, I was just, I mean, like I'm not against like I like Kubrick movies. I like actual Oscar movies when they were actually considered worthy of winning an Oscar and stuff. But I always gravitated towards like cult B movies. That was just like because I think I usually mostly stayed up real late watching like Monster Vision and Rhonda Shear and like just crazy stuff like that. So I kind of fell into that whole those type of movies, which is crazy. So.
Well, and I
Okay.
have like kind of the best of both worlds. I grew up with that. Plus, being working in video for so many years, I had to watch a lot of shit I would never
That too.
watch.
I mean, like I never really worked, but I worked at a mom and pop video store in my one hometown with the old lady that ran it, and so I sort of had that
I mean,
too.
when we were in movie gallery, we were kind of expected to watch at least most of them. So
Yeah. So, but that's me. Tom, what do you got for us for your first pick of the night?
well, let's do some Christmas business first and
All
foremost.
right.
You can't have Christmas without the Grinch, and it's been released enough times, because just in my possession alone, I have got. I managed to skip the Jim Carrey one on standard Blu-ray and jumped right to. Actually, that's not true. I gave away my other Blu-ray. But I have two different versions of the cartoon on Blu-ray alone, plus the DVD. And then here's the Jim Carrey one, and here's the one I've never watched. That's the newer one,
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
But
And you even have that on 4K too,
Yeah.
or just Blu-ray 3D?
no, that one's just 3D. But this one I did get last year on 4K and watched. It's actually kind of good looking 3D 4K movie.
Now, see, I never liked I know I might get some flack for that, but I don't like the Jim Carrey one.
I understand it's not.
It's all right. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it in a long time.
I feel like it missed the point of the actual story of the Grinch,
I didn't
mainly with
mind
the
it,
Who's.
Yeah, I kind of like the backstory, and I rarely like that kind of shit. Like, I didn't mind all that because I was like, that was my first thought: is how they can expand this.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
The way people like looked in that live action were like weird as shit to me.
See, and I like that aspect. I didn't mind.
I mean,
that,
I understand that some people do. It's just like then that's fine. But like it, I don't know.
it kind of
just-
reminds me of seeing a play.
I understand that. It just looks weird as hell on live action.
It's see, I like Jim Carrey's performance. I think it's good, and it's a
Yeah.
little over the top.
Yeah, he was fine in the role.
But I don't. I mean, I just never really liked it. I could, and plus, I've seen it like so many fucking times because with kids, I can't stand it.
But of course, you can never go wrong with the original.
Oh, I love the original.
Oh, the original's fantastic.
Yeah, I love
That was going to be kind of a quick one. So
Yeah, but I have the green one. What's the difference with the red, the original Grinch movie that you got there, the red and
the new
case
one,
and green
I
case?
believe, was a remaster. Plus, it had the only difference that I remember offhand, looking at the back here. So I'm trying to remember which one's newer. I got to look at the date. Okay, yeah, one of them has extra. Okay, this one, has two. It's remastered. Plus, it has two new Grinch specials. The Grinch's The Cat in the Hat, and Halloween is Grinch Night on it. So you basically get the other 2 Grinch specials on it. But it may actually be the same transfer. I'm not 100%. I thought it was remastered though.
That's cool. But yeah,
one's
that's
called
what
the
I have.
anniversary edition. One's called the ultimate edition. So if you have the green covered one, then that's the newer one.
Yeah, I have the green covered one. So yeah, and then the Benedict Cumberbatch one, I know the kids really like that one, but that's another one I don't really care.
I couldn't get 10 minutes into it, man. Couldn't get 10 fucking minutes into it.
Was it that bad?
It just didn't click with me.
I didn't like the Tyler the Creator version of the Grinch, his song. Oh, I thought that was horrible. Like when it starts playing, it's like, oh, my ears. So like that kind of takes you out of it in the beginning. So. But that's just me.
I don't know. I didn't watch it. It's been years. So
I just watched it with the kids the last weekend, and I did not care for it. But good ones. So it's up to me. So
which is funny because that's showing at our drive. The Jim Carrey one's showing at our drive-in here this weekend.
Oh, see, like I mean, I don't like the Jim Carrey one, but I can watch the Jim Carrey one. You know what I mean?
I will say this. They missed the boat. Ron Howard should not have directed that movie.
Yeah. Tim
Burton should have directed it.
It might have been a little better.
100%.
Because Tim Burton has always wanted to make How the Grinch Stole Christmas. A Nightmare Before Christmas is How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Pretty much, isn't it? Yeah.
He even flat out said that's the complete inspiration for it because that was always his favorite special growing up.
You know that you said it makes sense because he goes over to Christmas Town and he tries to take it over.
I mean, I wouldn't mind a Grinch movie with like kind of a Batman Returns vibe because it's got the Christmas vibe to that movie.
No, aren't they doing another Grinch this time with Chris Pratt as the voice coming next year?
What?
I don't know. I heard this. I don't know if this is true.
I'm not sure if
but I heard they were going to do another.
I was gonna say I'm not sure if you're joking because he's voicing Mario and Garfield.
I know that. I get that, and that's why I don't know. I honestly don't know if this is a joke or if I just was like dreaming or something. But I heard that they're doing another Grinch movie for next year, 2022, and Chris Pratt. Well, TV special, and Chris Pratt was going to be the voice of the Grinch. So I don't know if that's true or though. That could have been just a joke.
I'm gonna be honest. When I heard that other Grinch movie was coming out, the one with Benedict Cumberbatch, I was like, "Holy shit, that's actually a really good fucking casting choice for the Grinch."
But it just didn't work out.
I know. But then I heard his voice in like the trailers or what. I'm just like, the hell. It just sounded weird.
The other thing is this version is clearly aimed at much younger kids.
Yeah, that was my problem because I think when did that movie come out?
Like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
4 years ago.
I mean, I was in like the middle of high school around that time, so I probably just didn't. I probably just didn't give a shit.
But yet, you just saw Clockwork Orange, so see how much you've changed.
Well, now I just did, yeah.
But I'll start with the little Christmassy myself. One of my all-time favorite Christmas movies, Scrooge with Bill Murray.
That's a classic.
I love this movie. I didn't want to go. Yes, this is. I don't know how many times they've reprinted this one, but this is, I think, one of the fairly newer ones. So yes, I love this movie.
Reprinted a half a dozen times.
Yeah, it's a lot of times.
I saw like a few copies at my Best Buy. I haven't grabbed them. But I might get one at some point. It comes with like Blu-ray and digital. I think it comes with Blu-ray, DVD, and digital. Yeah. From what I've seen, and it's got like a green cover.
I rebought it because they put a new cover on it, and I thought it was some new and all that shit. No, it's the same fucking disc.
They put a new slip cover on it, and then when you get it home, son of a bitch. But this is a really good one. This has always been one of my favorite, along with Christmas Vacation, but I always thought Bill Murray was amazing in this, and it does get a little dark.
Me with a toaster.
Pitching me with the toaster.
SS Minnow.
SS Minnow. That's exactly what I was about to say. SS Minnow. You can barely see her nipple, and these guys are really looking.
Yeah, these guys are really looking. Charles Dickens would have wanted to see their nipples.
I love that movie. It's so good.
And Mary Lou Retton as Tidy Tim.
she does a backflip, does one of these things. God blesses everyone. It's good.
America's favorite old fart in front of a fireplace.
And then I always forget that Mimi from Drew Carey is actually in that movie. Yeah. So.
Oh, it's got a great supporting cast. Yeah,
it does. I mean, Bobcat Goldthwait.
He's hilarious.
What's his name? The guy that plays the taxi driver.
Shit.
I can never remember his name.
Two different names because his
Buster
Poindexter is his stage name, but shit, what's his actual name? Shit.
Is it Michael J. Pollard?
No, but it's something kind of like that.
Yeah. Well, it's the guy. It's got Robert Mitchum, John Forsey,
Niagara Falls, Frank.
Niagara Falls. My back hurts. My feet hurts. I'm only 4.
What's awesome is how many of his family members are in that movie. That was his brother. His other two brothers are in the other party scene.
Yeah. Was there anybody else? What other family members were in it?
I think just 3 of the brothers were in there that I can remember. Because the one that plays his brother is his brother. Mm-hmm. And then the guy that's sitting off to the right of his brother in the Christmas party is also his brother.
Yeah. And then his dad is his brother.
And then his dad is his brother.
But that is a good movie.
I can't remember if there's another one or not in there. Somebody will remember.
Yeah. I think that might be it, though. But it's a damn good. If you've not seen it, Runner, you totally need to see that movie.
What?
Directed by Richard Donner.
Oh, Scrooge. I've seen like some parts of it.
Oh, it's a good one. It's good retelling. But I liked it. It was good. Classic.
Our guys
80s.
do that. We're gonna get letters. Or we're gonna get phone calls.
You've been a real good boy this year, Lee.
Lee Majors, the $6 million man. The night the reindeer died.
I would like to see that movie. Honestly,
I know, right?
Be made into a movie, because that movie would probably be fucking badass if it was made.
Like it.
It doesn't mean hill of beans what happens to me, Santa, but you got to get out the back.
Oh, this is one Santa that's going out the front door.
It would have been awesome. But
yeah. And
so
then
there was
Robert Goulet.
Silver bells. And he's got the gator chasing him.
Christmas on the Bayou, or whatever it was. Yeah.
Acid rain, drug addiction.
Your life might just depend on it.
It's good.
You can't show that. That's like the Manson Family Christmas special.
You're telling me this now? This is the first time I've seen it. I went into John Travolta. But have I seen any films from the silent era? I've seen some of the oh my god, what's his name? Robert Downey Jr. played him.
Charlie
I know Charlie. I've seen some of the Charlie Chaplin side of film stuff, but that's about it. Oh, and Nosferatu.
Yeah, Nosferatu, Metropolis. I've seen a few.
Yeah. I've seen those, but yeah.
I just got 10 Commandments again, but it comes with the original silent film version.
Oh,
so,
yeah. You got the 4K one with the silent.
Yeah. Well, I had the old 4K from last year, but I never opened it.
Oh.
So, I don't know. I might just give it to somebody.
That's cool. But Runner, we'll go to you now. So, what do you got?
Runner.
All right.
Runner.
This movie is a criminally underrated comic book movie that absolutely deserves a fucking sequel.
That's good.
No, that is I Am the Law.
Oh, Dread. Yeah, I got that one.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Fucking amazing.
Too bad we'll never get a sequel, but yeah.
That fucking sucks.
I like it, and you get the 4K too. So.
Yeah, so it comes with the 4K, and then the Blu-ray comes with both the 2D and 3D version of the movie with special features.
See, because that's where the one thing Lionsgate was smart. They put both versions on the same disc.
I agree. I was like, because I remember
They
like
did that
this.
for almost all their movies.
I knew like when I heard like more people like talk about this movie, like I know um tell me if I'm wrong, Tom. Like I know I know Andre's like a huge Dread fan.
Oh yeah,
And he said like this Dread movie was like one of his like biggest like it was like his best like 3D experience from what I've
it's one of the better because there's some pretty cool shit in it.
Yeah, because I've heard because then I've heard other people say like this movie was fucking great in 3D, and I'm like I wonder if like the Blu-rays and like I wonder if they're like 3D versions of this, and then I heard like the 4K comes with the on disc 2 comes with a 3D version too. I'm like oh shit.
Yeah, if you have a
That's
3D TV, that is.
Yeah, I don't have a 3D.
But if you get an Oculus Rift, you might be able to watch it.
And it's a great flick, dude. It really is a great flick.
If you have Sony VR as well.
Oh, I mean, I have a PS3.
Yeah, VR you can watch the 3D movies in. I think Oculus Rift you can.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a damn good movie. Really fucking good.
And Carl Urban just was like,
he was fucking great.
Yeah.
I never saw the Stallone one, and should I watch it?
I like the Stallone one. It's one of them cheesy bad flicks. With Rob Schneider.
I've heard people say like it's a cheesy like fun film, but it's not as good as this one.
No,
fun is stretching it, but
I don't know about fun. I mean, I haven't seen it.
It's better than Street Fighter.
Yes.
Okay.
But I mean, it's a good one.
Saying much.
But this Dread is much more akin to the actual comic book. You know, it's more respectful to what came before.
Yeah, the other one is Sylvester Stallone playing Dread.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's
but I like
it. The thing about the Stallone one is the production value is amazing. I love the look they get, but unfortunately he takes his helmet off like in the first 20 minutes of the movie. So
yeah, that's what I love.
Than that, actually,
that's what I loved about this Dread movie is like he barely takes his helmet off, or doesn't.
He never takes his helmet off.
Yeah, he never takes it off. Urban stipulations, yeah.
Yeah, because in the comic he never takes it off ever. So
I think he does to have sex, and that's it.
How you know? Some people like to wear their socks.
Well, that's true. Some women probably want them to keep it on.
It's leave it on, baby. Leave it on.
But
no, I am the law. I tell you what, you leave on and take off.
I mean, this movie, like visually, it's freaking awesome. And
it got compared a lot to The Raid, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of is in a way, like for the most part it really is, because it literally takes place in one building and it's full on action like in one building. So yeah, it kind of is The Raid in the way, in a certain way.
But no, like I agree with you. Like there's a lot of superhero and comic book movies that could take some notes like this. You don't need to have some world-ending event. You can even do basically like this kind of a small story, you know.
Yeah.
So it's
that well exactly done. Like it's, I hate to say grounded, but like it's more grounded. You know, I'm a little sick of the whole if you don't stop this or stop this person, the world's gonna end kind of thing. I want like smaller stories, you know, like kind of like the new Batman coming up. You know, it's not a whole the world's gonna come to an end bullshit. Like no, I'm done with that.
How do you know?
Honestly, I would wish for a Batman that's in the vein of this Dread, but I'm not so sure that's what we're gonna get. But yeah.
Well, I mean, it's fucking obvious.
Every time we turn around, we hear about a new villain that's gonna be in it.
I know, but like
now we might have the Joker again.
Maybe, but like no, but you have Riddler and the Penguin. You think any of those characters are gonna be like, like you think those are gonna be world's coming to an end kind of villain? No. Like they're not fucking Darkseid.
Well, that's the beauty of Batman, is usually you don't have those kind of stories. So at worst was like when Gotham was gonna get all fucked up.
I haven't even seen Gotham. It never interested me.
The Dark Knight Rises, yeah. When Bane blows up half of Gotham or whatever.
When he blows up all the bridges.
That was weird.
I'm gonna fuck this town up.
I wasn't a big fan of Rises.
Oh, the last I tried watching Batman, that third Batman movie again. Oh my god.
I could only watch the first two. Really.
Yeah. And I mean, I was never a huge fan of Batman Begins. I liked it, but for those who probably heard me say it,
I mean, Batman Begins, that last time I watched it was even better than
it's decent, but I'm just sick and tired of seeing the Waynes get killed. Like I said, they've been killed on screen more times than Dracula.
How many times can you see pearls falling into the road?
Yeah, I know a lot of people are sick of that, but like that to me, I don't bitch about it too much because it's like it's an important part of that character in particular. Like
Sean Bean ain't died that many times.
Okay, but like no, but like for example, my point is like for example, like Tom Holland's Spider-Man, like they don't show Uncle Ben's death. That's fine, but you only reference him at least like a few times, and they don't make him as important. I feel like in his movies, which has been a big gripe to me.
Well, I even question what his relationship is to the family in this one. I'm starting to wonder if it ain't her dad in this version, because if you, not to get into spoilers about Spider-Man, but you saw the film.
No Way Home. Yeah.
I did. There is that one shot where it kind of goes through Ben's stuff and you see the picture of him and Marissa Tomei. You can't really see who it is, but it looks like a much older gentleman.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to wonder, and they've never really referenced,
that.
They just said, oh, we miss him. I miss him too. And that was like all they've ever really said much about him. So you never know. Maybe because they kind of treat her like she's always been like a single mother figure.
Yeah. Exactly. That's when like the whole part of when
without the spoilers. I know.
Yeah, without the spoilers. Yeah, she says a certain line at one point, and I'm just like, what? And then, fuck, I wish I could talk spoilers, but
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I was
yeah. It, I still felt like in Tom's like world, it still felt like they were kind of leaving him out of it, even though I feel like they should have at least done something.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but she also earned it. That was where, because at first I'm like, oh shit, everybody's gonna have a problem with this. But I was surprised when people agreed with me that they really felt like she kind of earned it at this point.
That's what I thought. Like, I didn't really have a problem with her delivering it. I kind of felt like it was, especially with everything that just happened up until that point.
Exactly.
I felt like it was kind of like, yeah, okay, I'm fine with this, So it bothered me.
At first, it was like I was questioned at first, but then I just kind of went along with it. I was like, all right, whatever.
It's like that was like one of the problems with his whole Spider-Man to begin with is like they kind of gave the Uncle Ben role to Tony Stark.
Exactly.
And that's why it was never really Spider-Man. I really felt like he became.
Well, that's kind of why I'm glad they kind of fixed that in this one. Yes.
Like this is like the one Tom Holland Spider-Man movie where Tony Stark is barely mentioned.
Because as much as I love that first Homecoming one, I did not like the second one that much, and it was because of that reason.
Homecoming was okay, and that's only because I liked Michael Keaton as the Vulture, and there were some elements to Homecoming I liked, but the whole Spider-Man Iron Boy aspect I didn't like, and Far From Home sucks. Let's just be honest.
Well, that's the thing is my issue with Far From Home is the thing that everybody says is what's wrong with Homecoming, and I disagree because they're like, oh, in Homecoming he's just Spider Boy Junior or Iron Boy Junior. I'm like, no.
The only
point of that movie is him not using the tech. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, that's the only part I liked really was when he didn't use the tech in the third act of Homecoming.
But like people act like Tony Stark is in that movie so much when he's not.
I mean he's not, but like.
But see, that's where I felt like in part 2, though, like Tony Stark is looming over that motherfucker throughout the entire thing to the point where they have that blatant mural and shit. Like, it's like, oh my God, can you make it any more on the nose than this? Like, now you're turning this into exactly what everybody said the last one was. Thanks.
Yeah, because I've heard people say like, oh, Homecoming is still worse. I'm like, no, it's not.
No, between that last part and Michael Keaton, I can't agree. Yeah, like because that to me was great, especially that scene in the car.
And I like Jake, and I like Jake, and I like Jake Gyllenhaal as an actor, but he annoyed the shit out of me as Mysterio.
Thank you. because I like him too, but like I'm like he is such a fucking ham in that movie. It's like what movie does he think he is
Right.
in? Batman and
No,
Robin?
right, because like his acting was good when like he was like pretending to be like the good guy until he
as soon as he
switched
turns
and
into a bad guy, he's like full on fucking ham.
exactly, he's full on fucking ham and it doesn't work at all. I'm just like, this is dumb as hell.
He was giving Jamie Foxx a run for his money for a little bit there.
Almost. At
least he was much better in this one than he
not
was
much
in
in
that.
my opinion. I felt like he was
like,
the same
okay,
character.
exactly, Tom. Like I think I've said this like out of the theater. I'm just like the only two characters I didn't like were Ned and Jamie Foxx's Electro.
Let's see, I kind of like Ned in this one. He didn't bother me.
Ned still annoyed the shit out of me.
It bugged me that he could do that shit so quickly.
Yeah, that was kind of
the sling thing. Yeah, that was a plot hole that I picked on. Was like, okay, like Doctor Strange or Steven, it took him to get transported to Mount fucking Everest to get him to make a fucking portal, but Ned, it's easy for him to make one.
I did like the scenes with Ned's grandma though. That shit was funny. So
that was good.
Yeah, Ned's grandma was a better character than him. I agree.
Yeah. But anyway,
yes.
Whose turn is it anyhow?
It was his. Runner just did Dread, so now it's your turn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we went on comic book adventure.
Yeah.
Since I did a Christmas movie, I'll save my other Christmas one for last, I guess. Let's get this one out of the way. This one's the one we're going to bitch about a little bit, but it's also pretty good. Now, of course, most of you probably know we had Vernon Wells on last weekend to talk about The Road Warrior. And of course, I got the 4K version. I opted out of getting the box set because I already got Fury Road in 3D, and I've watched the movie a whole of like 1 or 2 times since I got it. And I didn't really feel like needing another version of it. And I already have the Kino 4K of the first movie. So I was like, fuck it. And I just bought this one and the third one. So I haven't watched the third one yet. Now, this one looks great. The Atmos track is great. I don't know the movie well enough to be able to comment on the missing sound and change sound effects.
I've heard R&B complain about that.
Yeah, I don't know. See, and again, I know it's the case, and I know Warner's supposed to be fixing this, but on the other side, much like Criterion, they're not making it the easiest for people to do. Not so much that they're expecting you to break your disc and shit, but they're making it like if you don't know about it, then you're completely like, they're not announcing it. They're not making some big deal about it. They pulled the movie from the shelves, and it's supposed to be back on shelves in like February.
Like an updated version.
Yeah. And if you get a hold of them through the whatever channels you do, you can get the other version. But like, yeah, I got to do that yet. But the Atmos track is really good on here, though. Like, it is really fucking good, actually. Like, you feel the engines and shit.
That's cool.
It is very well done. And picture-wise, I mean, there's some parts that are kind of a little here and there, but the age of the film and the type of film, I mean, it was shot on a shoestring budget and all that business. I mean, it looks pretty good for the considering. But I mean, overall, I mean, it's just a great fucking movie. Like I said, we spent over an hour talking about it last week, so you can check that video out there. I can't say much more than I have already there, but curious what you guys think of it and the whole Warner Brothers fiasco with it.
Surprisingly enough, this is going to piss you guys off. I've only seen the first Mad Max.
Not pissed me off, but I'm kind of surprised because this is the one that most people get introduced to first.
Yeah.
I've heard Road Warrior is like the best one, and I've seen
it's the superior film.
And it's a really good flick.
Yeah. Like I've heard people say it's like one of the best action movies. I just haven't gotten to the point yet.
Have you seen Fury Road?
No. I want to wait to see that. I want to see the rest of the Mad Max films.
Fury Road.
Now, I'm one of the few people who actually loves Beyond Thunderdome.
I like Beyond Thunderdome. I do. I love it. I do like
it. For all the wrong reasons, probably, but I love it.
See, that's like you, though. I kind of like bad, cheesy movies.
It is a bad, cheesy movie.
So yes. I like that. But yes, Road Warrior is good, and it's pretty cool to do that. Like the sound, the atmospheric sound is like the engines and stuff. So that's pretty cool.
Dying times.
2-man enter.
One man.
One man leaves.
No, because the only reason I watched the first one is because it was on Netflix one
Master
time.
runs barter time.
What?
No, the reason I watched the first Mad Max is because it was on Netflix, but the sequels weren't.
Yeah. Well, the first one's good. It's just it's so different in tone from the other ones.
Yeah.
Which is weird because like this movie does recap the first movie. Like you don't even need to see the first movie.
It's a good first movie, I think.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's a really good
it's like Evil Dead.
Yeah, exactly. It definitely feels like an introduction. Like, well, when it comes to Evil Dead, I mean, since I've seen all those movies, like I think Evil Dead 2 is the better movie, but like I favor Evil Dead more than 2.
Well, I look at them; they're good comparisons because, like,
exactly,
Road Warrior, much like Evil Dead 2, recaps the first film, is technically superior, is more people's favorites.
Exactly.
But like Evil Dead, the first Mad Max is much more of a independent achievement, right? Like what they managed to do was so little with that first Mad Max movie and how it was shot and what George did with it and everything like that. It just, and the fact that it brought Mel Gibson and the stunts and all the business, you can't take that away from it. And if it wouldn't have had that movie, we wouldn't have got this one. So it's like the same thing with Evil Dead. And, and I too agree with you, like Runner, like overall, the better story and all that business is probably more in Evil Dead, but Evil Dead 2 does a great job of taking what was there and amping it up to 11, and for some reason, for me, like the Mad Max trilogy and the Evil Dead trilogy have so much in common.
It's they do. Weird. They are very similar, aren't they?
What about do you get like an Army of Darkness vibe with Thunderdome or no?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Exactly that.
Oh, really?
The first film is the more artsy fartsy. We're gonna make a movie kind of thing. Same thing with Mad Max.
Yeah,
Evil Dead 2 and Road Warrior, like now we're gonna show you something, and then the third time's like now we're gonna just have fun.
No, exactly.
We're just gonna like play around.
Because like to get to like the Evil Dead part, because like maybe because Army of Darkness is my favorite of the three. In all honesty,
no, tonally they are very symbiotic in that sense.
No, because like the first two Evil Dead are like very the same. It's like it's dark. But then like
the Mad Max trilogy is very much the same way. By the time you get to Thunderdome, it is a lot like Army of Darkness, where it's just like
because the reason
cheese left and right. Yeah,
exactly.
Yes.
The reason I like
Fury Road,
exactly like the reason I like Army of Darkness is like exactly. It's like it's got some cheese. It's more. It's got that fun aspect to it. It's a lighter movie with like and it's more of a comedy. Like that's why like I feel like when it comes to like Army of Darkness, like some people I feel like who aren't big fans of horror, I would say like at least watch Army of Darkness. Like that's one you should watch because
Army of Darkness was the first one I saw actually.
Yeah, because it's got like more of that like fantasy aspect and it opens up the world, bigger than it is. That's why I love that one.
It's good. And then you really got to get on the Mad Maxes because, like Tom said, because if you really like the Army of Darkness, if you like he was saying when you get to Road Warrior and then Beyond Thunderdome, it's very similar tonally, like you said, to that the way they become. So you probably really like the Mad Max movies after you get into them.
What are your thoughts on Fury Road? I haven't seen it.
Fury Road is Road Warrior 2.0, but with chicks.
With what?
It was one of the first woke movies, but people kind of ignored it for years because there's some bunch of kick-ass shit in it.
It does have some good stuff in it.
Pretty much the plot line is we're going to go in a straight line and then we're going to turn.
Just go drive through this desert with this crazy fucking dude on this playing a guitar, shooting flames, and then we're going to turn around.
Yeah. The real basis is like Max is helping these girls escape who are like basically like concubines or whatever of this like badass fucker.
And he has a great design though. That villain he
was an actor from the earlier films too.
He's from the first movie.
Yeah. No, I thought it was the same guy who played Humongous in the second one.
Was it?
He might have been in the first one too.
I thought it was like one of the bad guys from the first movie.
It could have been.
And I know that
I thought it was the guy who played Humongous, but I could be wrong.
You might. I don't know. I have to look that up. But but he was also in that movie you mentioned earlier that I read about. What was it? Stone. Yeah, some of the same people that were in that were in the first Mad Max. They made that movie before Mad Max, and it was kind of like
I think
a
I gotta
precursor.
get it for sure now.
Yeah, it was like it's a motorcycle flick, revenge flick or something, and a lot of the people that's in the first Mad Max are in that because I was reading about that today. So
I can't believe nobody's corrected us yet in the chat.
yeah, I know. I still think it's one of the villains from the first movie, but I'm not sure.
Well, that's the other part is like I think a couple of each. Like that's the thing is there's like different actors who have been in all of them. So like
Yeah.
But no, it's a kick-ass movie. The transfer is pretty good. It's definitely worth the upgrade. Probably there's a new documentary on here. That's nice.
That's cool.
It's like a 30-40 minute documentary, I think it was. Plus you get a commentary, introduction by Leonard Maltin. Then on the old Blu-ray, there was like a classic making of thing.
So that's good. I need to pick them up. Just the first three. I really just want the first three.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, like I said, I already got Fury Road in 3D, so whatever.
So there you go. All right, I guess we'll go to me. This is going to kind of go with what Runner was talking about earlier. I should have probably brought this up first, but since I'm here, I'll do it real quick. The first season of Daredevil.
Oh,
from Netflix on Blu-ray.
Where did you get that?
Amazon.
Oh, son of a bitch!
This
I need
is
that.
the first
Why
season.
is that not the cover I originally remember? Oh, yeah, I guess it kind of is. Never mind. I might have been thinking of the second season cover. That's why
I brought it because of certain reasons.
Oh, I know you're.
I wonder why.
I don't know why. So I probably should pick this one up earlier. But yeah, I just thought I'd bring that on there because on occasion when they did actually release physical media, Netflix, I picked that up because I really liked the Daredevil series. I thought it was really good.
I've only seen like the first like 3 or 4 episodes of Daredevil.
The first 2 seasons are amazing.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, no, it's really fucking good so far.
I like the third season too, but it has a really good ending for the third season. But
not a fan so much of the red costume, but I love when he gets to wear his black one.
Yeah. You like the black one?
Yeah, his black costume's great.
I like the black costume, and I prefer the version they used for Ben Affleck. Yeah,
I agree, 100%.
But I
think I might be in a minority here because I like his red costume in the show.
Well,
I don't hate his red costume. His red costume's fine, but
it
if
just looks too much like everybody else's shit in the MCU. That's
exactly. No, exactly. Like
it looks like a red Captain America outfit.
If you want to go for like an actual like comic book accurate design, it's Ben Affleck's Daredevil.
The bummer of it is, I heard the rumor that they're going to go because they can't use the same design, which I'm not sad about because of the whole Netflix thing.
Yeah.
But I heard a rumor that they're going with the yellow outfit.
I mean, if it's done all right, but yeah.
Yeah, well, the yellow outfit's just basically the red one, but yellow. But
yeah.
I don't understand. I don't see the point of doing the yellow outfit.
I don't like that idea.
They got to sell toys. Why do you think Spider-Man had like 15 different suits?
Different suits.
Yeah.
So they finally got
to. As hell.
Sorry.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
That was probably one of my only other gripes with this movie was too many costumes. Like, yeah, it's going to be too much.
Yeah.
What does he wear? 3 different costumes in this movie?
Yeah,
Four.
Well, technically 4 because then
I
don't want to spoil it because the spider from the one suit.
Yeah, there's that one, and there's the regular one.
That's actually just his other suit, just inside out.
Yeah, exactly. It's
but still, it's technically another suit.
It is technically because plus he puts on the gauntlet, so it looks different.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Doctor Strange.
Scooby-Doo this shit.
But yes, Scooby-Doo this shit.
I'm not gonna lie, that line. I'm glad they didn't put the Scooby-Doo shit line from the trailer. They actually
it's in the trailer.
It's so bad in the trailer, but then you watch like the actual movie, it's like okay, like that. It's not as cringe.
It's not.
Yeah, and I don't understand. I mean, I know some people are like, "Oh, with Zendaya, why should?" And like, come on, that was kind of funny. People say that shit all the time. You can't go off and blink everything every time somebody.
I actually really liked Zendaya.
Oh yeah, she was great in that.
I did like her in this one, but I couldn't stand her in other ones.
Nah, I mean, she's still
Well,
not
she's
MJ.
hardly there in the first one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
true.
She's
But when
hardly
she's
there in
on
the
there,
first
she
one.
kind of grates you.
She kind of grew on me in Far From Home just because she was more of a supporting character.
I
towards
honestly
the
didn't
end.
have the problem with them because I knew obviously that they couldn't use the actual characters. I kind of liked the twist on how, originally with the other Mary Jane, or the other MJ, we should say, because it's Michelle, not Mary. But,
Yeah.
the other MJ, it was Peter who was obsessed with her, and she barely knew he existed. In this version, it's her who was obsessed with him, and he barely knows she's existing. Like, it's kind of like that.
I get that, but
because the other thing is with Peter being a nerd is like, it's cool to be a nerd now. That's where I said you can't remake Revenge of the Nerds now. You just can't.
No, you can't.
It's not the same. They even touched on that in the third nerd film. Like, it's kind of cool to be a nerd now. Like, that was the 90s.
Yeah, I remember that. That was
The Next Generation, yeah.
The Next Generation, where his nephews or something come back.
Yeah, his nephew. Yeah.
But yeah,
I forget about the fourth one. We don't talk about.
Yeah, you don't talk about that one. But I mean, like, I get where you're coming from, but like as like an older school Spider-Man fan, I like the fact that
I understand.
Peter was obsessed with Mary Jane and she didn't notice him, but then he ended up getting her in the end anyways. But it's just I do like this twist, but I don't really like Zendaya, whatever her name is. I don't really
She's
like
growing
her.
on me, but at first, it was.
Yeah, but I really liked her in this movie.
I didn't care for her because she at first she felt like a typical emo teenager kind of person, but then like her character is so much better in this new movie.
It is, and you know what else?
Really good.
Not without spoiling anything, but also what really helps her character is this with Andrew Garfield. Really helps out with that. So
yes,
yeah. So
I'm not gonna lie, that really got me when Andrew Garfield made that face.
Yeah,
when she was like, she's like, "Are you okay?" And like. It's like, oh shit.
So it really helped that they had some great people to play off with her in this.
And I fucking hated that second TASM movie, but that was a huge payoff for Andrew's Spider-Man.
Yeah, but let's go to you, Runner, without spoiling any more. So for anybody who may not have seen,
probably get off.
Yeah, because we've spoiled a lot, and I apologize to anybody who has not seen it.
I mean, they've let a lot of this out in the press already.
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude, it's all over the fucking internet.
I know, but sometimes some people have not had a chance.
Peter 3. Look at the chat.
Yeah, I seen it.
Blackwood. That was hilarious.
But what do you got, Runner?
Dude, okay, so this is a really, really, really good movie. I love it a lot. It's a really damn good Sam Raimi flick. They call me Dark Man.
Oh, cool! I just got the shout version of that. Oh, that is the shout version. Never mind. Yeah.
That's Liam Neeson's.
I just changed the slipcover.
Yeah, I forgot you could do that. That's what took me a second.
Yeah. It's got the
art.
Yeah, it's got the original art, but
I had the old one too that had the original art. So yeah, it was like
I like the poster art more.
I agree.
But yeah, this is the shout version.
Look at him moving up in the world, getting shouts and 4Ks. Oh, Runner, you're growing up so fast. But yes, it is. Darkman is a great movie.
Yeah, it's so fucking good.
Yes. HVP, yes, Darkman is on Blu-ray. Shout Factory.
It's on Shout Factory. Go check it out. I think in terms of like Sam Raimi,
Sam Raimi Crazy Venus.
Yep.
Like in terms of Sam Raimi, I think Darkman and Army of Darkness are on Shout.
Yes.
Yeah.
And probably maybe looks like you might get a 4K of Army of Darkness from Shout eventually.
Yes.
I was hearing murmurs, yeah.
Yeah, so there's that.
I hope that comes out at some point. Take the fucking pink elephant. No, he doesn't say pink elephant. He just says take the fucking elephant. That was great.
Here's a weird thing, but anybody
probably
here?
My favorite Liam Neeson movie, actually.
It's really good. But has anybody ever? You guys watch Home Improvement?
No.
Yeah. Well, they actually used the scene of Darkman in Home Improvement. Have you ever seen that?
I'm trying to remember. I've seen the show, of course, but I'm trying to remember that bit.
It's the one where Heidi's having her baby. They get stuck, and he's supposed to get Carman of the Year. And he goes to this gas station. And it's run by that guy that's always there. That's like he's got like 3 brothers. It's the same guy from the Bob Newhart show. And like it's at the end. It's like the gas station explodes, and then they use the scene from Darkman when Darkman comes flying out of the building.
Oh yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like I was just always remembered that because I was like, "Holy shit, that's Darkman!" And it's like at that time, yeah, it's like at that time nobody was like really talking about Darkman. So.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is I have a very similar experience with Darkman that I did Tremors. I didn't see it until it was on television.
Oh,
and it
really?
was, actually, I think the weird thing is I think it was the same week or weekend that I saw Tremors for the first time because my cousin's like, "You ain't seen this either. We got to watch this." Because NBC was just showing movies, like, because, you know, it's Universal. So they'd show Universal movies all the time. And Darkman and Tremors and them were on NBC all the fucking time for a while there. And yeah, it's how I was introduced to it. And it was like crazy. And then I saw the uncut version. And I was like, whoa.
I believe I might have actually seen Darkman in theaters.
Oh, really?
I think I might have. Yeah, I think I might have seen it in theaters. Yeah, I think I did.
That's cool.
And then I eventually had the Nintendo game, but yeah.
Yeah. And then Bruce Campbell at the end, the true face of Darkman. But that is a damn good movie.
Yeah, that was a badass ending when he was like the other mask. I thought that was fucking awesome.
You know, I've never seen the sequels.
I think I've seen the part of the second one. It's
is it
something about Durant
return or whatever?
Yeah, Durant.
It's like the return of Durant or something like that.
Yeah, I don't even remember how he returns, but it's Jeff Fahey plays Darkman, and or no, not Jeff Fahey. The Mummy, the guy from the Mummy that plays the Mummy, plays Darkman. Oh,
I know what you're talking about. I can't.
He plays it, but I've seen half of the second movie, and it's not good. No, it's not good. It's one of them
video shit.
Yeah, it's one of them really bad, cheesy, straight to ones. That's not good.
That's what it seemed like, and I'm very if it's films like Darkman, I'm like very hesitant to seeing a sequel to it. Just because of where it is.
Considering Raimi and at least Liam Neeson have nothing to do with any of them, then yeah.
Exactly. It's kind of like Speed. Like, I don't want to watch the sequel to that because I love the first one so much.
And nobody wanted to watch
the
sequel
either.
To Speed.
I've managed to never see Speed 2.
Same here. Same here.
And speaking of Sam Raimi, at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, it shouldn't even be spoiled because they released the trailer. What'd you think of the Doctor Strange 2 trailer?
I was a little disappointed, actually. I got Dark World vibes like a motherfucker.
It was I mean, I like Doctor Strange and stuff. I like some of the stuff they showed, but I mean, it wasn't too exciting.
No, so. I mean, I wasn't like it didn't get. I really wanted it to like hook me just because it is Sam Raimi. Like I wanted something Raimi-ish in that trailer to excite. The most Raimi thing I could say in that trailer is are some of the shots where it looked really dark.
Now, so let's see. How do you think they cut this trailer? Do you think this was cut? Trailer was cut together a while ago before all the reshoots.
Probably.
So we'll see how it turns out.
Maybe because
I hope so.
No, because
plus, like there was some of the stuff that was in the No Way Home trailer that was not in the movie at all. So
no,
well, I think that orchard scene was the one that was meant for WandaVision.
Yeah, I think that was too.
Yeah, because when that showed up, when she was like, "Oh, like I've done like terrible things or whatever," it's like, are they retconning WandaVision? Because if they are, thank God. Because that ending was fucking horrible. Like the last episode.
Yeah, it was bad.
Because they were supposed to have Doctor Strange in that last episode, but Kevin Feige was like, "Oh, we don't want white male saviors." Like, fuck you, dude. But what was I gonna say? Like, I kind of disagreed with because I've heard Tom's take on like the trailer. I catched like one of the streams you had where you were like, "Oh, you didn't like how dark it was." I'm like, that's probably the one thing I liked. just because it felt that's what felt the most Sam Raimi to me in that entire trailer. Everything else just felt generic, and plus you had
Well, don't misunderstand me. It's not that I don't care about the darkness part. It's just the dark world, Thor, the Dark World vibe.
Yeah, that's what he's
like. Not so much the darkness part, but just the fact that it's like it looks and feels a lot like that.
I didn't get that vibe. I didn't get that at all. At least to me, it felt different in a way. I liked the tone. I thought the tone and the music were fucking great in that trailer. That's like the best part is like the tone, just because it felt. I
hope I'm wrong because I adored the first one.
Yeah,
I did too. Great. I liked it too, and I thought it was good. And I liked how they had Baron or what's his name.
Okay, the first Doctor Strange movie is one of the maybe even my favorite 3D experience I've ever had.
It is a really awesome 3D. Yeah,
like I remember being blown. Like I remember not being excited going in, and the only reason I saw it in 3D because like it was like the only like screening where I was like I was able to see it in this time. Like I wanted to see it in a standard screen, but all of those were like different times, and I couldn't go to any of those, so I had to go to that 3D time specifically. I'm like, fuck, like I'm gonna have to spend more money and all this shit. But I walked out of the theater being like, holy shit, that was worth however extra bucks it was.
Yeah, so hopefully
I enjoyed it. I remember when they kicked out, was it Scott Derrickson when he left? I at first I'm just like, okay, they better pick someone who's good. And holy shit, I did not expect them to pick Sam Raimi of all people. Because I said I even said this, like in a really good world, if Marvel and Disney were smart, they would pick Sam Raimi of all people, and they fucking did. And I was like, holy shit.
I just hope they allowed him to do the movie, and we'll see how the reshoots play out.
That's my worry. Is I've heard like the reason they're doing reshoots is because it looked different from a normal MCU movie, and I'm just like, why? Like, it's Sam fucking Raimi. Why did you hire this guy in the first place? Of course he's gonna want to do his own fucking. Of course he's gonna use his own style. Like, why would anyone go to a Sam Raimi movie not wanting it to be a Sam Raimi movie?
We'll see how it plays out when it comes out.
I mean, I want it to be good. I remember when that whole announcement started. Like that was like the only thing I was excited for because he was directing it, and of course I like the character too, and because seeing what he did with Spider-Man, like because when it comes to like Steve Ditko, like he's mainly known for Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, when it came to like the comics and stuff, and Sam Raimi knows his shit about Stan Lee and Steve Ditko, and he's perfect for Doctor Strange.
We'll see. Like I said, we'll see. But that was a good pick as Darkman.
And isn't Bruce Campbell supposed to be in Doctor Strange too?
I'm sure he will be.
Rumored, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I would be
make a cameo.
Maybe he's Mephisto. I don't know.
That wouldn't be bad.
Mephisto confirmed.
I mean, just
that wouldn't be bad, but I don't think they'd give
What's
Bruce
your name, kid?
a part like that.
Probably not. It's
a horrible name.
My guess is it's going to be some cameo.
We'll see.
It usually is.
Yeah. But let's go to you, Tom. Let's see, what do you got?
Oh boy, what do I go with next here? Let's go with this one here. This is surprisingly one of my favorite Scorsese films, and I got the Steelbook last week.
Nice.
The Wolf of Wall Street. Back here's just money on the back. But no, it's a great fucking film. It's one that I love to watch over and over again.
That's a good movie.
Scorsese is one of those guys. I love his movies, like to watch them. Just Goodfellas. This one, it feels like the spiritual sequel to Goodfellas in a lot of ways. For those who don't know what the story is, it's the true story of the guy's name just escaped me. Gordon Belford. Right? Yeah.
Gordon.
Yeah, and he works on Wall Street, pushing penny stocks and some other junk bonds and shit like that, and gets involved in some money laundering schemes and other shit. And it's just like about the life of X. It's a lot like Goodfellas. It follows the same kind of formula as Goodfellas in a lot of ways, actually.
Yeah.
So if you liked Goodfellas, you should like this one. It sounds like you've seen it, Greg.
Yes, I have.
It was my favorite film of 2010.
And I think Runner brought it on once.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
we have talked about this.
Yeah, I got it on Blu-ray from like a junk sale for like $3 or some shit.
But would you say Wolf of Wall Street was one of the best films of the 2010s?
Hell yes.
Yes. I mean, plus it gave us Margot Robbie.
I'm not going
Oh, hell yeah.
And Leonardo DiCaprio, McConaughey.
What the fuck did you just say? You fucking high?
I love when Tom does that when he gets into the lines. I like that. It takes me back to the movie.
That's one of my favorite parts. I got it home without a scratch.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, it is. It is.
The lude's kicked in.
I love the fact that the guy that this is based on is still legitimately like he's still like just like super wealthy and everything.
It is true, and on top of that, there's even crazier shit they didn't get in the movie.
Yeah,
it's just like wow. Some of it happened in different orders, and it didn't all happen like the way it did in the movie per se. But like 90% of it is based on actual facts. So
yeah, and that guy is like still like he's just like still making money and shit. It's just like
he's got videos all over YouTube.
Yeah. So that's pretty. It's a good movie. It's one of them. Like you said, it's his like comedy. Like you said, it was his.
Yeah.
Like
he actually did a lot more drugs even than what it shows in the movie. And shit.
Yeah. But yes. I guess since we talked about that one already. But yes, that's a good one. I like that. I like this.
They get together and they talk, right? And we don't need to be getting a bad name in these kind of circles, because these things get together and they talk. Now, can we do anything to them? Like anything at all? Yeah. You can do just about anything you want to. They're tough. They're top heavy. So like,
they're top heavy.
You're not supposed to look them in the eye.
Is it Brian Burr says Scarface level drugs?
Yes.
Yes.
Scarface was probably his dealer.
The mountain of coke.
That's fucking fun. Now cool. It all makes sense.
It's how it's all connected.
I just love that scene where they're talking about the little people. Like they're not even people. You're not supposed to look them in the eyes.
What's sad is I don't think like that movie itself could get made nowadays.
Oh fuck no!
And that's like a newer movie.
That's a fairly recent movie that would not get made.
Quick moment in time that happened to skate through.
Yeah, it kind of just
slipped through the cracks. Many years after that,
the big boom of
to see Margot Robbie in her full-fledged.
Oh yeah,
it just so takes
good.
me back.
So good, so good.
Yes. Oh, okay. I guess I'll go to my
blonde that was giving me head, but it was red, it was white, not red.
I'm gonna have to watch this movie again. Thanks, Tom.
Well, you know what got this movie made, don't you? Tommy Chong.
Oh, really? Tommy Chong?
In a weird way, because his cellmate in prison was Tommy Chong.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. Huh. Tommy's like, you should write a book, man.
And so you wrote the book, and then the movie came. That's pretty cool. He should have given him like a nod in the movie or something.
He might get something in there somewhere. He's actually Tommy Chong's interviewed him a few times on YouTube.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I did not know that. You learn something new every day. See, that's why you're an important part of the team, Tom, because like you have more knowledge than I do on certain things. So I like it.
The race stance.
The race stance. Just call me the Winston of the group. So
Yeah, there's no new special features or anything to talk about. I don't even think it has an upgrade in audio or anything like that. Yeah, just standard 5.1. But the picture looks good, and Jon Favreau's in this too. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And but
Until
that
I
still
watched it this time again, I'm like, oh yeah, he was in this.
you have to like he's like
Was
you
it?
forget
Was it?
some of the stuff
How
he's
was
in
the
because he's just like
4K?
so.
How was the 4K and like quality wise?
Decent. It was look
Oh.
good.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, I can't tell if it's from the original negative or not, but it might. I'm assuming, considering it was done in 2010, I think I heard they did a new scan of it. Why is this listed as 2013 though? Is that the year it came out?
It's probably the when the
2013.
book was released.
No, this is a brand new Steelbook.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You just said it was brand new.
Oh yeah, it did come out in 2013. Why did I say 2010s? He was talking about, yeah.
Yeah, the 2010s.
Yeah, I say it wasn't that old, is it?
Did the finance company of Wolf of Wall Street get in trouble? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they did. So yes. And Tom is our 4K sensei. Yes, he has more 4Ks than I do, but I'm slowly building my collection.
What's this crazy shit I hear going around the office? You're married to your cousin? No, see, it's not like that. It's not like that at all. Well, yeah, it is kind of like that. But you see, yeah, we're cousins. But you know, I figured I don't want anybody else to fuck my cousin. If I fuck my cousin, nobody else is gonna fuck my cousin, right? So it's me fucking my cousin and nobody else. Yeah, but she's still your cousin, right? Not like second cousin or third. No. Yeah, we're first cousins. Yeah. Aren't you worried about the kids like coming out a little, what? Like retarded? Yeah. Well, if that ever happens, we figure we just, drive off to the country somewhere and kick it off a cliff.
So bad. It's so bad.
So bad.
Definitely could get that movie made today.
No, I'm kidding. Man. Would we do that? No, of course.
No,
not.
God, no.
No, we'd actually put it in a home, of course, where.
Fuck, man.
Aren't you worried about? Well, yeah, there's like a 50%, 60, 70% chance of that happening, but it's one of the few movies where Jonah Hill knocks it out of the fucking park.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
You show me a check for $80,000 and I quit my job today and come work for you.
And yep. It is. Wasn't he was nominated for an Oscar for that one, wasn't he?
Yeah, did he win? I think he might have won. I know this movie won a few Oscars. I can't remember.
You would have think that would have the one got Leo the Oscar, not the freaking Revenant.
Yeah, the guy
I hated the Revenant. Sorry.
Yeah, it wasn't that good.
Well, I didn't hate it, but it's like an hour too long.
I haven't seen the Revenant.
I wish I want to see like a fan cut of it because it's just an hour too long. It's a decent kind of story, but it just drags the fuck on.
It does. It takes forever to get to the big old, just like the fight a bear and stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, it just takes forever for anything to happen. That's the problem. I mean, I get what he's trying to do by showing, going through all this shit in the wilderness, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's a good pick. And I do think that Steelbook looks good. I like the money on the back of it. It was pretty cool.
I'm not usually a huge fan of Steelbooks, but this one did catch my eye, as will another one I'll show here in a moment.
All right. And I guess we'll go to me before I get to my other
never
Christmas.
show the inside, did I?
No, you didn't. You
It's
can
just,
do it real quick.
Yeah, it's just him on the microphone is all.
Okay. Let's see.
At the party.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going any fucking where. I'm not fucking leaving.
You're making light of people that had some real bad things happen to them. Okay, I guess we'll go to me before I get to my other Christmas one. I have a VHS I found, and it's an original VHS, and I was looking forward to showing this to you guys. I like VHS stuff, and I might have a video about VHS stuff coming out soon with other people, so be a lookout. But the Karate Kid Part 2.
I am a
Ah,
and
Who will
it's
fight for your right. That's the one I had.
yes,
It's the
this is
full, yeah.
the original
86 release. Yeah.
1986. It was happenstance. I went to a thrift store, and
Pretty good shape too.
yeah, it is a really good shape, and I'm glad it was too because I went to a thrift store, and I went to the VHS department because that's what I do, and out comes this woman. She's got a stack of VHSs, and she walks up, and I'll go, oh, so I move out of the way because she's stocking it, and boom, this falls out of her hands and falls on the floor, and I was like, holy shit, that's Karate Kid Part 2, and it's the original. So I picked it up and grabbed it real quick, and I was like, I'm buying this. So there was that.
Can't stop me now.
Yeah, stop me now. And so like I opened it up as soon as I picked it up because I wanted to make sure it didn't break because it just was like, I don't know, man. It's just like a weird thing. And I know
the same release I had, man.
Yeah, and I know like I'm the VHS guy here, and there's something about VHS that I really like collecting now again. So it was fun, and plus they're cheap. So
I don't get it.
I know it's a thing, but it just takes me back, and it was really cool to find that.
I mean, the covers are cool, but
yeah, I mean, but
I'm sure there's some cool commercials and shit on some of them.
There's some cool commercials and openings. I like that, and like I got Honey, I Shrunk the Kids with the baby with Roger Rabbit at the beginning, which that was like the same tape I had when I was a kid. So that was pretty cool.
Funny you brought those up.
Well, that's pretty cool. But yes, I saw this and I had to have it. And like you said, it's in really, really great condition for what it was. So that was me. That's mine.
Yeah.
And I know it's on 4K, and I plan on getting that box set, much like you, Tom. So
my only disappointment with it is no special features for 3 and very little for 2.
I tried looking for it at Best Buy. I will probably like order it online maybe at some point, but like I remember going to like my Best Buy and they were like immediately out of stock.
Oh yeah,
those 4Ks. I'm like, because I asked someone like, hey, do you have those Karate Kid 4K trilogy bundle thing that you guys got? And they were just like, yeah, like they're all gone.
Oh wow.
It's like fuck.
I know some people's getting Karate Kid presents under their tree.
and I saw like one of those Cobra Kai TMNT boxes. Yeah,
did you?
I didn't get it because they're like $30 fucking bucks.
I know they're a little expensive, but
I know. I'm just like fuck. I want all 4 of those.
I've only seen the one with Daniel and Michelangelo. That's the only one I've ever seen out in the wild.
Yeah, that's the one that I saw at the Best Buy was the one with Daniel and Mikey. And that's it.
I don't know. I hope to get them after Christmas, maybe.
Yeah, that's what some stuff I'm going to pick up after Christmas.
I want to like put it on like a shelving area soon, but like I have so much to organize because I bought this fucking Mortal Kombat arcade 1-up thing.
I'm trying to sell the old one.
There you go, runner.
You just bought one. It sounds like
the one I got was like the Legacy Edition.
Yeah, I want to get that's the one I want to get. Is the newer one. Not
the first one that came out.
That's the one I'm trying to sell. Yeah.
No, because that one's going for like almost like $1,000.
I know. I'm trying to sell it.
Yeah. Anybody who wants it, Tom?
Yeah, we're gonna know anybody wants
$1,000, man.
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't getting it for that much. I mean,
I was gonna pull it out of the box, and I was asking my buddy 19K Fox about some stuff to put together, and he's like, "Oh, that thing's going for like X amount right now." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah," and then this version's on sale right now. The thing, I'm like, "What?" Well, fuck, I'll sell this one and buy the new one. I don't give a shit.
That's funny.
Yeah, there you go.
That's funny.
Shout out to 19K Fox too, because that dude's awesome.
Yeah, he is. Speaking of 19K Fox, it was actually it was his like YouTube like community tab where I saw like Best Buy. Oh, the Mortal Kombat Legacy Edition's going for $350 on Best Buy. I'm like, oh shit, I'm buying this right now. It's like because before it was like almost like $500 or whatever, 400 I think, and I was just like, yeah, I'm getting this now. So then I picked it up. I picked it up at Best Buy just because I didn't want to pay for shipping.
It makes sense.
Yeah, so I picked it up like 2 hours later because it tells me in a tracker like, oh, it's ready to be picked up kind of thing. So I drove all the way. Well, it's not too far, but like drove to my nearby Best Buy to get it and bought a few other things, of course, because I'm addicted as fuck. But yeah.
And before we get to your next pick, welcome Random Brad Creator. He says, "Merry hell to the chat. Merry happy happy joy joy to the panel." Happy happy joy joy. I remember that. Welcome Random Brad. But yeah, Runner, let's get to your pick. This would be your fourth pick, right?
Yes, this is my fourth pick.
There we go. We're still doing 4. We doing 5. I don't remember.
I think we picked 5.
5. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm good. Go on, Runner. Nice. I almost thought he was doing like a
Chew
Ferris
bubblegum
Bueller thing.
and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Yeah.
That's great. I love that fucking movie. That was a movie good. Good night, Brian Barth. Have a good night. He says good night. Going to bed. Tom and Runner and FanZcene. Have a good night, man. Thank you for showing by. Stop
Good
by.
night, man.
Yeah, but yes, Runner, and was that the 4K one?
Yes, it's the
Nice.
4K
Good
Blu-ray.
get. You got
Shout Factory.
yes, and they do good because I got their Prince of Darkness, and that is a damn good disc. If you ever get Prince of Darkness, Tom, that's a good one. But yes, They Live. I love it.
Recorded that one, but yeah.
Yeah, Rowdy Piper in that movie, perfect. Keith Rich. I almost said what's his name?
Keith David.
Keith David. I wanted to say Richard, and I don't know why.
Why?
I don't know why, but I know Keith David. I love that movie, and it's just so good. I do. The only problem I really have
wasn't Shout selling like a bundle with like a Keith David action figure.
Yeah, they were selling like the record, the Obey,
yeah,
and
it
the
came with
Keith
the
David,
record thing. Yeah,
it was sweet. But
like that thing was sold out. But yeah,
yes,
good movie.
It's a great movie.
Really, really good movie. I showed it with my mom because I was interested to see what she would think about it because I showed her The Thing and she really enjoyed that. And then I was like, okay, you might actually like this one. And then she saw They Live and it's like, yeah, that was good. It's interesting. Like that was kind of her take on it. But no, really good movie.
It is. But like I was saying, like my only really biggest thing I have against the movie is like I think Keith David's character goes out. I just don't like the way he goes out.
I agree.
You know
100%.
what I mean?
Like
I wish they would have showed us up like a little fight or something before we went out.
That Meg Foster character was weird as hell. Like I didn't understand that character too well.
Meg
She's hot, but like no, but like her killing off Keith David like that was weird.
Dan Blackroyd says, I'm still waiting for my collector's edition with the poster and soundtrack of They Live, Prince of Darkness, and the Fog to be delivered from Zavi Down Under. Got all 3 for Aussie $45 each. Nice. Yeah, Zavi, sometimes they're kind of hit or miss with the way they deliver. So,
what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, like, I mean, if you've seen like some of the memes for this movie, it's so fucking great.
What you think about the fight?
It is the longest fucking fight scene I've ever seen in a goddamn movie.
It is the longest fight scene in a movie.
Yeah, like I remember when they just keep punching each other. I'm like, when the fuck is this fight gonna end? like is this gonna? Are they gonna just fight it off until the end of this fucking movie? Like, what's going on? And then I watched it a second time and I liked it even more.
It's just such a great movie. It's one of the movies where you keep watching it and you keep finding things.
Exactly.
But just like it's like so good.
And it's funny. Like I watched the replay for you and Rookie Critics like live stream talking about this movie after I watched it.
Yeah.
And when you talked about that fight scene in particular, it made me kind of appreciate it more just from that lens.
Yeah, you get to like see who these people really are and everything, and
Exactly.
the tribute that John Carpenter was going for, and how he was just like, let's just make it longer, anyways. So it was just really good.
I remember going through like some of the special features, and like John Carpenter was being interviewed for this movie, and one of the questions he was asked was like, "Oh, were there any points of like where you had to cut certain scenes out, like did you have to shorten the fight scene?" And John Carpenter just answered, "Fuck no."
I love John Carpenter. He knows what he wants and he goes for it, and it's like even in like special features on that,
and when
he's
you watch
like,
this, when you watch
I got a problem with authority unless that authority is me.
yeah, when you like read all those billboards, you know, through like the alien world, it's like it is so relevant to today's
It
world.
is.
Like when the signs say obey and watch TV and all this shit, it's like, holy shit, like this is literally the world we're living in today.
It is, and it was actually supposed to be a commentary on 80s conservatives. So, but how times have changed and how it plays in a different area, a different time, right?
Yeah.
But it's a good pick, Runner. I mean, you're starting to get really good picks here, man. You got a nice little growing collection, don't you?
Yeah,
I do.
it's addicting, ain't it?
It is. It's so addicting. I've been doing this for so many years.
It's a good and bad addiction.
It is.
Could be worse.
Yeah, it could be worse. I mean,
it could be worse. I just mean like
you're almost getting better quality entertainment than you do out of comic books and shit nowadays for the same price almost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to comics, I just try to buy like the old good shit. Not the new stuff.
Well, even a newer comic anymore is so goddamn expensive.
Yeah, it's true.
It is. I haven't bought comics in a long time, man.
I very rarely do.
Yeah, it's hard.
I only go to like my local comic shop like once every like maybe like 3 to 4 months.
It sucks too because it's like one of those places, much like video stores. It was one of those places where you could go and hang out and
exactly
get all kinds of stuff. And but the thing is, the comic books or stores are still around. It's just there's nothing to buy unless you go to the old stuff.
Yeah.
This is how it is, though. What's this say? Just one of those collector's editions was the poster and soundtrack for Big Trouble in Little China. Now that would be awesome.
Yes, that
would be awesome.
That soundtrack and score are just fucking amazing.
It is. That's one of his best movies right there, man.
I mean, the Pork Chop Express theme is amazing.
Yes.
I like to listen to that. I like to listen to that when I work out. No joke. Like it's that fucking good.
It is. It's good. It's got a nice little like rock beat to it and everything. So. Yep.
It's good. It's really good. Okay, Big Trouble in Little China needs a 4K.
Yeah, it does. Tom,
Disney's got it.
Oh, that's right. Disney's got it. Fuck. So yeah, we ain't getting a 4K of that. We'll get some shitty remake on Disney.
We're lucky
Plus.
we got that Shout Factory release.
Oh yeah, because it's got the 20th Century Fox.
Yeah.
We'll get one of those like shitty Home Sweet Home Alone remakes of it for Disney Plus.
Oh, I'm gonna be fucking pissed if they.
Well, The Rock was supposed to be making some.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Deal for a while
like,
there, but I
like
don't know how far
if they're gonna remake Big Trouble in Little China, it's gonna be some exclusively to Disney Plus bullshit, and it's gonna be bad.
Yep. But Tom, what do you got for us for your fourth pick?
Oh yeah. Should we do the Christmas one or the other one?
Whatever you feel like.
Well, you brought up Roger Rabbit already.
Okay.
So of course, I finally got a chance to watch this beaut.
I like that steelbook.
Yeah. Again, I'm not normally a fan, but I like the steelbook.
You got your code? I was gonna say, what's your code?
You want a free code?
I think it was pretty blurry, so nobody got it.
I already got it on digital anyway.
Oh, there you go. Well, I like that steelbook. That's nice.
Yeah, I mean the movie looks great. Sounds great. The only problem is there's no special features whatsoever on the 4K.
None at all.
None. Now they did remaster those Baby Herman shorts for the last Blu-ray release, and that is in here. So I'm assuming it's the same as before. And that had pretty much every special feature I remember from the DVD, if I remember correctly. So yeah, I mean, overall in that sense, it's a good set. But no, it's a great film. One of my favorite films of all time. Looks pretty good. There's some scenes it's a little soft because of the opticals, but the animation looks beautiful. What can I say about the movie? It's Roger Rabbit.
It's a great thing. It is a good movie. He looked just like this. Love that movie. It is a good movie.
What's this wee stuff? They just want the rabbit.
And they played patty cake on the bed.
Come on, Valiant. We just want the rabbit.
It's a good movie.
And you give the rabbit.
So it does, but it looks all good. Like houses, like with, like I was a little anxious because like cartoons in 4K and like with like.
I was worried too because all the optical work that's done with this. Luckily, I think most of the scenes that were going to be heavy animated over, they did shoot in. It looks like 70 millimeter or 65 millimeter, whatever it was. So they at least don't look too much of a downgrade when they go from the negative shots to those. Because of course there are quite a few. Yeah. There's sometimes though where they must have used 35 millimeter or the original was just that far removed because it looks pretty soft in some shots, but overall a very well done presentation. Of course it does wear a few of the issues of the time. I mean, what else can you do? But still looks pretty good for a movie that's 30 some years old.
And that's, I mean, even though it is Disney, at least we got something like that on 4K, which you never would dream of at certain times in your life. That
Yeah, I am a little surprised that this one was chosen. I mean, I am, but I'm not surprised in a way that this got chosen for 4K release over some others. But I think it's more to do with maybe Robert Zemeckis had all his movies remastered is why.
Yeah. You got to give it to Robert Zemeckis. At least he has a hand of like keeping his movies up to date. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's that. Okay. So, but that's good. I'm glad to know it's good. And I'll probably be getting a 4K.
Runner's never seen it. I'm kidding.
Have you seen it, Runner? Tell the truth.
Which movie? Sorry.
Roger Rabbit.
Oh, not in a long time.
At least he's seen it.
You probably seen it when it was like 5.
Even though this is a summer movie, I associate it so much with Christmas is because I didn't get to see it until it came around the local theater, and at the time our local theater only showed like what would be called second run movies, which means they get to keep more of the money, so they're already been out for like 3-4 months.
Yeah,
so
we had one of those.
Yeah, well, this didn't hit our theater till that year Christmas, so I got to see it that Christmas finally for the first time. And then the video didn't come out until the years following Christmas. So then I finally got the video the next year. So that's why I associate this movie with Christmas so much.
That's probably why I associate a lot of big summer movies with Christmas, because they tend to also like play them around Christmas time too. So he's like,
the video would always seem to hit right around December,
like November, and like till beginning of November through December is like that would be like, Mom, I want this, and this for Christmas. So yeah, kind of get it. I get where you come from. Yeah, that explains a lot.
Like Robocop is one that I know was a summer movie, but like I associate it with the wintertime because it came out over Christmas vacation and we watched it like a million fucking times. And that's the other reason why I usually because we end up watching them, whatever the movie was that year over Christmas vacation, a million times. Yeah.
And that's when you get like the most freest time. So you're free to watch movies. Yeah. And
of course, usually we saw the big summer movies. So usually we'd go after the ones we didn't get a chance to see, but yeah.
Right. All right. Yep. Same here. That's why I do associate a lot of summer movies with Christmas time. I guess we'll go to me. I'll say I brought 2 Christmas ones. I'll say my last Christmas one for my last turn. Christmas. And so I'll go a little horror for you guys. The Stepfather with Terry O'Quinn.
I have never seen that.
You've never seen The Stepfather?
No, I know what it is, and I know they remade it. That's the original, right?
This is the original with Terry O'Quinn from the 80s.
From the 80s, yeah.
Shout Scream Factory.
Now I've heard the remake isn't even half bad though.
The remake is essentially just a Lifetime movie.
Oh, okay, I haven't seen it, but I haven't seen either version. But
this one, I really like this one. I've actually thought about doing a review on this one here a while back, but I really, really like this one. It's much more like if serious, do you know what it's all based off of?
Loosely, but I kind of know what the plot is anyway. But.
Yeah, like the plot. Well, it's based on a true story of oh my god, I can't remember his name. But this guy killed his wife and his kids, and then he just walked out of his house, and they found him years and years later due to his glasses, and he was living with another wife and kids and was actually about to do it again before they caught him. Nice. And so they kind of took that basis of that for this movie, and it's really well done. Like the opening scene. A few
sequels too. They
made 2 sequels. He's not in the third one. They replace him and say he gets plastic surgery. So, that's the worst of the movie, but it's still like a cheesy, fun watch. But the first one is taken really, really seriously. Yeah, and then the second one is where it gets all 80s campy slasher.
For some reason that was just one that just slipped through and I never got a chance to see it. I don't know why. I remember the second or third one always being on Showtime or something like that. But
Showtime is one that made the third one.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was a straight to Showtime movie for the third movie. So yeah. But yeah, that one's really good.
You're gonna pull out Silent Night, Deadly Night or something. What you're talking.
Now, see, I wish I had those because I'm not like a huge horror fan of Christmas movies. You know what I mean?
I think I do have those, but I didn't bring them this time.
I was surprised that they made up to 5 of them. I knew about 3 of them, but I didn't even know they made up to 5. I just recently learned that. So,
well, the last 3 or whatever are kind of they're totally they seem like they were I could be wrong, but. From my recollection of watching them years ago on video, they seemed like movies that were just horror Christmas movies, and the company that happened to own the Silent Night, Deadly Night title just bought them.
Put it
slapped the title on there. Yeah, because as far as I remember, none of them have anything to do with the one prior, previously, or anything like that. So
I think the first 2 are the only 2 that are connected.
Only 2 that are connected. Yeah.
But yeah, if I had those, I would have brought them. But I've never been a huge fan of
Clint Howard's in the 5th one, I think.
Yeah, I think I just saw that today. Yeah, Clint Howard. It's called The Toy Maker or something. I wish I had elves. Honestly, I wish I had that to show elves. But yeah,
what's funny is I think isn't Mickey Rooney in one of those too?
I believe Mickey Rooney's in the same one with Clint Howard.
Because the funny thing about that is Mickey Rooney led a campaign against the first film.
Oh, did he?
Yes, and this is one of the reasons why I don't think that it was originally meant to be a Silent Night, Deadly Night movie.
Because of him.
And he would probably have been pissed if he didn't know. Yeah, because he was one of the people from Hollywood who led the camp. Because for those who probably don't remember the history of that film, it famously got pulled from theaters because of some crazy moms in Milwaukee.
Yeah, because they didn't us killing people.
It was like cancel culture way back when, before Twitter. And so you had a couple of movie stars and stuff get involved, and Mickey Rooney was one of them, who's just just terrible using the symbol of Santa Claus to kill children. It's you didn't even see the fucking movie.
Exactly. That sounds like a lot of people today.
It's I want to see that movie because that's not what I saw.
Yeah, that's not what I saw either.
So it was one of those movies that when I finally got to see it when I was younger, it did not live up to the expectation.
Yeah, when you see it, it's well, what the fuck was all the fuss for?
That shit fucking crazy.
It's garbage day.
That it retroactively makes that first movie better.
Yeah,
I never hated it, but it was just one of those movies oh, I guess I was expecting something different. Although it did kind of resonate with me a little bit, the first one anyway. But that second one really was kind of just like, I get the garbage day business.
I did see the first Silent Night Deadly Night, probably a little too young. It kind of, that's kind of one of the reasons why I don't like Christmas horror movies.
Goddamn night of the year.
It's like when he sees Santa Claus kill his parents and shit, that kind of messed me up a little bit.
That was where that started out like that. That scene really got me. I'm like, okay, this movie is exactly what they said. And then after like the next hour or whatever, you're just like, is anybody else gonna fucking die?
Yeah, and then he just walks around for a while.
Yeah, because he don't kill nobody till the last half hour of the movie. It's kind of like the second one in a weird way, but yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that first part of the movie is what really messed me up with horror Christmas movies. So it took me a while. That. It took me a while to get through them. So
I can definitely see that. Grandpa Joe will fuck you up.
Yes. But like if you ever get a chance to see Stepfather, I think you would like the first one because it is taken very seriously. And the opening scene is actually rather disturbing. What?
Talking to me?
I was talking to any of you guys. Well, I know Tom would, but you probably would. I don't know about you, Runner. You might like it. But yeah, give it a shot. And also, like, the remake has Amber Turd in it, so there's that to look forward to. So.
Why do you need to bring her up?
Somebody told me it wasn't that bad, but it was probably somebody with bad taste.
Yeah, it's the first one is rated R, and it's pretty good. But the remake is like PG-13 with a bunch of beautiful people, and a lot of the actors in it are actually TV actors. So it kind of really does come off like a Lifetime movie. So
it was like every other fucking horror movie in the 20s, and
yes, pretty much.
Started with shit like The Fog.
Yeah. Oh, I hate that.
And House of Wax.
And House of Wax isn't even a remake of House of Wax. It's a remake of Tourist Trap.
Yeah,
so.
It's fucking stupid.
But that was it. But check that out if you guys like horror movies. Terry O'Quinn is really, really good in that. He's like a man he's just like he wants to be like the father knows best, the perfect father, the perfect family, and they're just not doing it for him. They're just not following his rules. Set up what he wants to set up. So
he wants to be a cleaver.
And he wants to be the perfect family.
If he ain't gonna be a cleaver, he's gonna use one on you.
Mm-hmm. But there's that. So
yeah, I'll have to check that one out one of these days. I didn't even really. It's one of those, like I said, I didn't see ever because honestly, I don't think my local store had it. So never.
It was one of those movies like it didn't do too well at the box office, but people like it was actually kind of critically acclaimed. So, but it never really. But it was also one of the movies like where like you can't watch this movie like you was talking about with Silent Night, Deadly Night. It wasn't like as bad as that, but it was like people like one part of the horror stuff where like you shouldn't be watching these movies. So
they'll rot your brains.
Yeah. Anyway. So. Runner, what do you got for your final pick? Is this your Christmas movie finally? I know we finally got to him.
This is my Christmas movie. My only Christmas movie that I have in my collection.
Is it Die Hard?
No. No, it's
not the only Christmas movie you have in your collection.
No, this movie I'm showing is the only Christmas movie I have.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
No, this.
Let's pander to him. What do you got?
Yeah, what do you got?
All right, this is the only Christmas
now that I think about it, it's fucked up because you match too much.
Home Alone.
It's two movies.
That's like you got two of them.
Okay, two. I have two, technically, but it's in one, so that's why I said one. So, yeah.
And you got Die Hard on 4K, so that you have a 3 Christmas movies.
No, I have two. I have two.
Again, I'm gonna bring up now that it's really just fucked up that he matches too much with all that blue.
He does, doesn't he? It matches it all together, blue. I'm blue, dabba dee da.
I love that song.
But yeah, Home Alone.
Blue's my favorite color, so there you go.
So, because talk a little bit about Home Alone since you brought, that's your movie talk.
Good John Hughes movie.
Yep.
Good movie. I don't remember the second one as much. Probably because I don't watch it as much as the first one.
Kevin McAllister and his father. So,
The second one suffers heavily from sequelitis, but it still manages to be enjoyable.
mhm.
But
That's probably my thing with it. Yeah.
the shit that happens to Harry and Marv is so over the top in the second one that you just get to a point where like these motherfuckers be dead.
Yeah, technically, when he gets electrocuted and he turns into a skull, he should have been.
Well, not
He
just
should have
that,
been
but
dead.
like they could potentially survive. Like somebody even did these videos on YouTube where they count all the injuries and what it would really entail if they did all this shit. And like, like how many lives they'd have to go through. Like in Die Hard, Bruce Willis went through like I think 12 lives or some shit like that. And then like in Home Alone 1, I think Harry and Marv only died like once or twice, but like most of the shit they could manage to survive. In the second one, none of that shit they could survive. Not one of them.
And have a good night, Chad Riddle. Thanks for hanging with us tonight.
Yeah, thanks for being here, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
And you too, Dalton B. Merry Christmas to you. Have a great New Year. Hope you like the replay there. So thanks for hanging out with us too. But yeah, they would. I mean, they would be dead in a heartbeat. And a lot of the stuff they do.
If not,
yeah,
crippled and everything else.
There's, but I mean, the first Home Alone is an all-time classic. I mean,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So John Hughes, Christopher Columbus, it was just great. So. And what do you think? I know the memes going around, but honestly, what did their dad do to afford a huge house like that and all those kids? That's crazy.
Maybe
I've actually been
the mom.
Maybe it was. That's true. Don't be sexist, Runner. I've actually been to that house.
Did seem kind of like a matriarch. Oh, you've been to the actual house?
Yes, I've been to the house. I've actually.
Now the outside is a totally different house than the inside. The inside was all a set.
Yes, it's set, and it looks different when you go to it now. I went to a Chicago Comic-Con, and we drove by the house.
Wasn't the house across the street the one they used for Uncle Buck?
I think so. Yeah,
because I believe that was because he saw that house while they were making Uncle Buck. I think was the case.
I think you can rent that house for pretty cheap, from what I've heard. The Home Alone house.
The Home Alone house. I heard they just sold it for like $12 million or something.
What?
Yeah.
It's on the outskirts in the rich.
Yeah, it is. It's like because we drove back there.
Chicago, yeah.
We were near the O'Hare and for the comic convention, and then we drove out to. It was like, let's go see the Home Alone house, and we drove out there, and it's like, that's not even like the best house on the block back in there. So it's like really, really fancy, nice houses.
I can say like, one thing: it's much better than that goddamn remake.
Yes.
I didn't even watch that whole thing. I just watched bits and pieces of it, enough to be like, yeah, fuck this noise.
I think I watched the trailer saying no thank you. So
well, it's just there was aspects of it. It was one of those like train wreck kind of things. Like it was on in the background, and it was just like I kept getting drawn to it because of how bad it was. And it's just like that don't even make fucking sense. Why would you do that? And then it's just like the biggest one that really bothered me was they bring Buzz in for one stupid joke just to bypass the cops being involved with the kid. Because it's like, we got a phone call that there's a kid left home alone on street. He's like, it's my brother. He does it every year. He's like, don't you think we should still check on it? It's my brother. Trust me. He does this to me every year. And that's it. Like he's like in one other part, and it's like a wasted cameo for no good reason. And the kid is fucking obnoxious as piss.
I got that feeling from that kid.
Like not even in like a cute, funny way. No, he's like a little like what's his face? Who hosted the Tonys and shit and the Golden Globes. What's his name? Oh shit. Ricky Gervais. Only like a very mean-spirited Ricky Gervais. And like the whole plot is around these parents who are struggling to provide for their kids for Christmas. And I can't remember if they're friends of the family or relatives of the family or whatever it was, but they were over at the house, and the kid ends up stealing a soda, but they think the kid steals like this expensive doll that they were going to sell. So the whole point of them breaking into the house is they're going to try and steal the doll back. So you feel sorry for these people, and they're being basically tortured by this kid who, as far as they know, still stole this doll, and he was a little prick to him anyway. And you're like the whole point of it being funny is gone because it would be funny if it was happening to the kid. In this case, you're like, it's not funny happening. These people, you feel bad for these people.
That sounds horrible.
It is. And then you find out in the end, it was like one of the other kids in the family that ended up doing something with it or something or other. And it's like, this whole stupid, convoluted bullshit ending. And they end up having a big family, happy family Christmas. But like the other side of it is the family that comes to rob the house or whatever. They come from this really small place and, obviously, low middle income. The place they have in this movie is like 10 times the size of the first movie. It is a huge motherfucking place.
What?
Yes.
That's crazy.
It is just...
That is horrible.
It was like an insult to people who were ever a fan of Home Alone. And I mean, that third and fourth one were bad enough, but this movie, like I said, makes Home Alone 3 look like Home Alone 1.
That's bad. That's really bad. I can't bring myself to watch it, and I know my brother watched it.
3.
My brother watched it, and he was like, "Don't ever watch that movie. It is so bad."
Which one?
I can't believe John Hughes wrote it.
Wait, no, he wrote the new one?
No. He wrote Home Alone 3.
Oh, Home Alone 3.
I haven't seen Home Alone 3 or 4.
Home Alone 3 is bad enough. My main problem with Home Alone 3 is not so much that it went all kiddish and goofy like that. It's like it's the third fucking film, and I was old at that time, so it wasn't made for me. But my whole point was, why make it Kevin again? Just have it be a completely different family, because obviously it's not the same people.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? And then the other one, then they got what's his face? French Stewart, who's supposed to be Marv or whatever. It's like, what?
It's like Tim Hayes says Malcolm McDowell was the leader of the group trying to steal something in one of them.
That was the fourth one, I think.
Yeah.
And then that one is, who was a kid? That one had a totally random kid that wasn't even the same kid from the third one. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I've never seen the fourth one. It was straight to TV.
Yeah, its problem is they just couldn't redo what they did with the first two movies. That should have just ended with those two.
The second one shouldn't have worked.
Yeah, the second one shouldn't have, but it does at points. But even then, it's like you said, it's a little bit from
so much more never would happen today anyway.
Yeah,
for one, like that just would never happen again. Like maybe back then, but even then, it was really unlikely. But whatever. I'm not going to argue with the second one, considering how bad everything was since that one. I actually enjoyed the second one in theaters. I
did like the second one too. I watched both of them in theaters.
I actually prefer the soundtrack to the second one.
Is there music other than the score in the second one?
Oh yeah, the second one actually has a lot more. The first movie was made up of mostly classic shit, or pretty much all classic shit and score. The second one has a bunch of new songs from modern artists and stuff. So it's got like Tom Petty and
oh, that's right, it does. It has. It's Christmas all over again. Yeah. You're right. Now I'm remembering. I haven't seen the second one in a while. So
I'm trying to remember who else is all on it. But then the Darling Love Song was I wouldn't say it was a huge hit, but they premiered the music video right after Simpsons one night. I think it was.
Cool. But Runner, there you go. You got 3 Christmas movies.
2.
You got 3.
Why do we gotta argue about this shit?
I got fucking 2. Okay, deal with it.
I'm gonna go watch Die Hard 12 times before Christmas just to prove you wrong.
Die Hard is it's a good action movie.
It's a Christmas movie. Batman Returns is a Christmas movie. Trading Places is a Christmas movie. Lethal Weapons is a Christmas movie. So deal with it.
I've seen some of Lethal Weapon, and I still don't get that Christmas vibe.
It's your turn, right, Greg?
No, it's your turn, and then it's me.
Okay, that's perfect timing for this then. Because actually, how much of a movie is Die Hard a Christmas movie? So much more so that it has more to do with Christmas than this Christmas classic. It's a Wonderful
Life.
Oh, it's a good movie.
That is a good movie. But yes, I've always wondered. I mean, I know it ends at Christmas, but most of the bulk of the movie is
barely anything.
It has nothing to do with Christmas. Yes. And I heard you talk about this earlier. You said this 4K is probably one of the best black and white 4Ks. I
can't praise this one enough. Of all the black and white films I've had on 4K, besides maybe Doctor Strangelove, just because it's a little newer and shit.
Mm-hmm.
This looks amazing. Considering they didn't have the negative available for this, it does. And it has a lot to do, I think, with the film stock of the time, which was very high in silver content, which made it give it that, which is where the name, the whole silver screen thing comes from.
Oh, yeah.
It gave films, black and white films, a much more silvery, shimmery look, and it transfers through in this transfer comparatively to other black and white films that I've seen before. This is definitely one of the best, if not the best, like I said, of that era. What can I say about the film? It's a great fucking film.
Oh, it's a great film.
I mean, it inspired
Really
everything from Back to the Future to Gremlins down the road.
Yeah.
A million other movies. It famously was not a big hit at the time. In fact, what's his face, the director, had a much more famous film that year. I think that won Best Picture, Frank Capra.
Yeah, I think.
But this is the movie that's remembered more so. But for him, that's a kind of a win, because he always said it was, if not his favorite movie, one of his favorite movies he ever made. And the reason it was, it just kind of flopped when it came out. It came out during the Depression. Nobody wanted to see us, a sweet family film kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if they were going to go, they would rather see something depressing, which is weird. You would think you'd want to do the opposite, because here we are in a similar situation, only with the lockdown part. We just want to be entertained at this point, right?
Exactly. And that's one of the reasons why No Way Home was so successful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
it was just pure entertainment overall. No pandering or any of that shit.
And much like Citizen Kane, I feel like this movie was ahead of its time, but at the time it wasn't appreciated.
It does feel like it was a movie that was probably made later. You know what I mean? When you watch it does, because there is a timelessness to it.
Yeah, it definitely feels like it was made in like the 50s, more so than the 30s or 40s or whatever. It was made in the 40s. So like, it was just, it was shown a time and time again on television over the years every Christmas, because it was technically in the public domain for the longest time. So that's where people fell in love with it. Because, TVs would just show it because it was free.
Yeah, it's free. It's just pop on It's a Wonderful Life.
And then, I think NBC bought the rights for a while, and then Paramount ended up with them eventually.
Yeah.
But they did a great job of restoring this. There's a little documentary on here about how they restored it. There's a couple other new documentaries on it. The second disc is the colorized version from this set here, which, if you're really worried about keeping special features, you'll have to hang on to this set.
The Blu-ray set.
There is a couple things, like the trailer and the Tom Bosley documentary that's on the original black and white disc that is not carried over onto this for some reason. That's just weird, because I think that's one of the few special features that's been carried over for the past however many dozen times this has been released on DVD over the years. But this is the one time it did not make the transfer, which is funny, because like how identical these covers are is weird. Like even the back is almost identical. The front is the same image, just off to the and the years apart on these are crazy, because this was the one release for years prior to that.
Yeah, that's the one I
just released this one like 2 years ago. Huh. So I don't know why they didn't carry over that thing. So I got to keep
the Blu-ray
versions just to have that stupid documentary. It's not a stupid documentary, but yeah, which sucks, because it's like, God damn it. But no, it's just I know it's an over, in some people's eyes, it's kind of an overrated film, but I think it's a very well done film. It's a great story.
Yeah.
Very timeless feel to it, even though it does take place in certain time periods. And like I do compare it to movies like Back to the Future specifically. And it has even more recent films like Spider-Man No Way Home takes a little homage from this. And I really think that the next film is really going to pay homage to this one.
Yes, it definitely will. It's right up that alley now. We'll see how that plays out. I wonder if they'll bring everybody. Well, I don't want to say too much, but exactly, yeah. But I agree. I like It's a Wonderful Life. I know, like you said, I know some people think it's overblown and seeing it too many times or whatever.
It's a decent movie, yeah.
But it's a really great movie, and I don't mind watching it every Christmas once in a while.
Well, I love James Stewart. I mean,
he's so good. Him and
great and
John Wayne and Liberty Valance.
Yeah.
Movie. That's such a great movie.
Well, and I
But
ended
yeah.
up loving Mr. Smith Goes to Washington much more than I thought I would because of him. He's just everything I see him end up seeing him in. I love him in. He's just a great guy.
Yeah,
great actor.
he was really good.
So
What's
that
this
was my
thing?
final pick, kid.
The uncle needed a beatdown for losing that money to old man
Yeah,
father.
I know, right?
Yeah, that is one thing that
Which
they
is
don't.
also kind of cool because they never resolve that, do
Yeah,
they?
they don't resolve it. He can't. He keeps their fucking money. He doesn't never give it back to them.
It's more like real life, even though it's about an angel and all that other business.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a completely happy ending, but I think that speaks to the time that it was made, and it's kind of the message of the film, and it all kind of, it really does kind of resonate in a way. Like it's almost like it's kind of meant to be that way in a weird way.
Yeah, I get it, man. And like you said, and like I said, and like you said, it's just like it just feels like it was not meant for that era. It was meant for like later. It just resonates. But
Son
yes,
of a red shirt. Yeah, we just mentioned that it pretty much tanked at the box office when it first came out.
Yeah. Donna Rita was an absolute knockout. Yeah, she was pretty hot. One of the great Christmas classics of all time, coined the term Capra-esque. There you go.
Indeed, it did.
Indeed. And Tom speaks highly of the 4K, so Tom knows his 4K too. So,
especially considering, like I said, they didn't have access to the original negative. Yeah, it says a lot.
Yeah, put some good work into it. I guess we'll go.
I think they may have had some access to it, but they ended up having to use like 2 or 3 different things to fix it all. And it was in rough shape.
Yeah. But I'll have to check that out, get the 4K, because like I said, I have the Blu-ray you have at the moment.
It's been popping up on sale here and there, so you might find it for a decent price.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so I guess we'll go to me, and this is my final pick of the night, and I kind of kept with the theme for my Christmas movies, and this is my favorite adaptation of A Christmas Carol with George C. Scott.
Interesting.
This is my favorite Christmas Carol adaptation. I know everybody's got their favorite, but there's something about this and the way George C. Scott plays Ebenezer that I just really, really enjoy. So there was my pick.
I'm my final biased on which one I like.
Hey, Michael Caine as Scrooge is a good one too. I love that. I should have brought that too. I have that one too. Do it, Kermit. Do it.
What about Michael Caine?
He plays Ebenezer Scrooge, man.
Oh, I thought you said my cocaine.
No, that was Wolf of Wall Street, Kermit. We talked about that earlier.
I hung out with Jordan Belfort a few times too.
How was that?
A little crazy. We threw midgets.
Oh no!
What about that scene when you with you and Miss Piggy?
I was so coked out, I don't remember, and I had like 5 moods.
Could you imagine if the Muppets did the Muppets version of Wolf of Wall Street?
Please,
that needs to happen.
Are you on drugs?
Yeah,
a Muppets edition of the Wolf of Wall Street would be legendary.
Like Foggy doing Foggy Bear,
Fozzie Bear, not
Fozzie Bear, whatever. I haven't watched. I was never a huge Muppets fan. I'm sorry.
Foggy's from Daredevil.
Yeah. I mean, I like the Muppets.
Yeah.
Rolf the dog.
No, I do enjoy almost every version of the Muppet Carol's great, but
yeah, it is.
Christmas Carol's great, but the Muppet one I love just because,
I like it. I like it too. I also like the Treasure Island from the Muppets too. I like that one. But this was my all-time with George C. Scott was my all-time favorite.
I've ever seen that one. When did that one come out? 90s?
The 80s.
80s?
1984.
Oh yeah, then I've seen it. Really? That's on Blu-ray?
Yeah. It's not the best, it's not even widescreen, it's full screen.
Oh right, it was a TV movie.
Yeah. Well, no, this was actually a theatrical movie.
Was it?
Yeah, it's got David Warner and George C. Scott. I think it was
full screen in 84, then it's probably a TV movie.
I'm pretty sure it was a theatrical movie. I think. Directed by Clive Donner. I don't know. It might have been a TV movie, but it always seemed theatrical to me. So
I kind of remember it as a kid. That's why I thought maybe,
but it's a good one. I always liked this one. I always thought his performance was really, really good, especially after Patton. So it's different.
He's really good in Exorcist 3.
Well, that is a better sequel. So
at least it's not Exorcist Resurrection.
Right.
Oh shit! No, I think I seen that as a kid.
Tim Hayes says he thinks the George C. Scott one was a British movie.
That may be. Okay.
It could be, yeah. And once you've seen Patton, it's hard to see George C. Scott as anything else other than the 1930 with Reginald Owen and Gene Lockhart personal favorite. Yeah. But I always liked him. I always liked him in this Scrooge. This was like the one that my family watched all the time. You know, Christmas Carol was on. This is the one we watched. So I really liked it. And the one, you ever seen the one with Patrick Stewart?
Yeah, I think so.
I couldn't get into that one. Like the guy he has, what's his name that works with Scrooge that he always Cratchit. It just looks like he's ready to murder Scrooge at any moment in that movie. So I could never get into that because his eyes, he had like really crazy eyes. But yeah, Christmas Carol is one of my all-time favorite Christmas stories. And I know it's like cliche, but that's my favorite. And you know, I like the Muppet one. I like Scrooge. I even like the Jim Carrey one. So, but yes, that was my final pick.
The Jim Carrey one was.
I like it. It's a little out there in certain parts, but it's, you know, I just like the story of a Christmas story.
Yeah. All right.
It's a British TV movie, so I guess it was a TV movie. Tim Hayes says.
See, I knew it.
I'm
Charles Dickens, and I'm here to tell the story, and I'm here for the food.
Rizzo,
thanks for making me a part of this. Sorry, I just love them.
It is a good one.
The Marleys were dead to begin with.
And I like the Blu-ray even has like a intermission.
Yeah, if you pause it.
yeah, pause it. It does that.
That is pretty hilarious.
So that is pretty good. And I do have that. I do own that one as well. So yeah.
There you go.
But there you go. There was all of our picks for the night. A little bit of Christmassy, a little bit of horror, a little bit of drugs, a little bit of this and that.
It's a wonderful life.
It's a wonderful life. Just remember that. 4K cinema. What's he say? Off topic. You guys ever seen the movie Wild Thing, 1987? It's about a teen that avenges his parents' murder by the hands of a drug dealers. If not, check it out. Stars Robert Davi. I don't think I've ever seen that one.
Mm-mm.
I've seen another Wild Thing with Denise Richards.
Yeah.
But I've never seen
that one.
Yeah, I'll have to look that one up. It's an 80s movie, so you're talking my language. So
okay.
Yeah, I'll check that out. Sounds interesting. But yeah, any final words for anybody before we close it out?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Shitter was full.
Shitter was. I did get to use some of the stuff. That's a new one I want to hear.
I'd buy that for $1.
Shoot him in the dick, Robocop.
I meant to use that earlier when you talked about Robocop, but I forgot.
I'm shooting you in the dick.
Hey, Merry Christmas, the real Sean Crummell.
That was like the funniest lame shirt I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, shoot him in the dick.
No, it says, "Do you remember the time Robocop
shot
that guy in the dick?"
Oh my God. There's this clip on YouTube, and I don't know how it's on YouTube. Have you ever seen this clip?
Robocop just keeps shooting people in the dick.
Have you seen that?
Yes.
No.
Oh my God. I don't know how they got away with that. There's a bunch of dudes just keep walking out with their dicks hanging out, and he just keeps shooting their dicks off. And it's the scene, and like it blends right into the movie so perfectly, and then it's just Robocop boom, 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 just shooting their dicks off.
What the fuck?
I don't even know how it's still on YouTube, but it is.
Oh, can you send me this? That's fucking hilarious.
It is. It's crazy.
He shot him in the dick.
They just start walking out, just like swinging, and it's like, oh my god, this dude, and then it's.
Oh man. Okay, I saw a movie that made me think of you, Greg, and I don't know why, but somebody posted something online. I mean, I kind of know why, because it's just a crazy ass B movie that would be something that you would show on this show. So I'm curious if you even heard about it. Somebody posted a scene from it. I'm like, what the fuck is that from? So they told me the name of the movie. And I fell into the rabbit hole because the movie happened to be on Amazon. I started watching it one night. Next thing you know, I went watching the whole fucking thing. And the whole time I'm sitting there going, what the fuck? What the fuck am I watching? Are you fucking kidding? What the fuck? It's called The Greasy Strangler. Have you ever seen it?
Oh, I've heard of this. I've never seen it, but I've heard of it.
Insane. The dick thing made me think of it. It's like, oh my fucking god! I'm like, I can't believe I watched this movie.
Oh,
that was my reaction when I saw Tammy and the T-Rex.
Oh, fuck, it's almost worse than that, dude.
Really?
Like, after
I gotta watch it
I'll
now.
Show you a preview. It's fucking insane.
Wait,
the
it's on
preview shows some of the best
it's on
shit
Prime?
Anyway. Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime right now.
Oh shit!
Yeah, real. Maybe it was you, Sean, that posted the fucking. Somebody did on Twitter.
I've heard of it.
You?
What?
The Greasy Strangler. I've heard of it, but I don't think I've ever actually seen it.
Fucked up. Think if Napoleon Dynamite was a horror movie.
Oh god, then I definitely got to see that movie
with some twisted shit.
Oh, it came out in 2016.
All right, somebody.
It might have been.
The social media I'm not good with. So
it could have been if you ever. I don't know if it's like could have been a guy named 8-Bit Massacre. He posted stuff like that.
Well, somebody posted just an entire scene, which the scene is kind of funny. There's some funny shit in this movie, but otherwise, this is just fucking batshit crazy insane.
It's also free on IMDb TV.
Is it? Okay. Well, maybe that's how I watched it. It might not even have been on. It was through Amazon or whatever.
Okay, because did you have to like watch ads and shit?
Yes. So actually, you're right. It was.
Yeah, IMDb TV then.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just sat here and started watching it one night, and I was gonna go to bed because I was like, just clicked on it. I'm like, okay, it's on. I'll watch it sometime. And I just started watching it, and I just got sucked into the fucking craziness of it.
See, I like B movies like that. That's kind of no wonder I thought you
like this shit. Like I'd even have you show the trailer, but it is, yeah, like that dick thing reminded me of it. But anyway, after the thing here, I'll show you.
Yeah, shit. But yeah, I've heard of it, but I don't think I've ever watched it, as far as I know. Greasy Strangler. It just sounds like I want to watch it now. I'll end up like you going down a rabbit hole tomorrow probably and be like, what did I just fucking watch?
It is. Oh my god. Yeah, let's get out of here so I can show you the trailer.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Runner. Thank you, Tom, for coming on. Hell to the chat. Real Sean, I know you came in late, but thank you for showing up. 4K Cinema HD, Son of a Red Shirt, Tim Hayes, Eugene Rawls, Random Brad Creator. I'm trying to remember everybody. Panda Claus, Bryant Barth, HVP, Chad Riddle, Dalton B. I think that's and Gap Stargate. I think that's everybody. Hell to you guys. Thank you for showing up. Hell to everybody watching. Thank you. And we'll see you here, guys, next week. And since it is the season, as we close out the show, this is my message.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Kiss my ass. Kiss his ass. Kiss your ass. Happy Hanukkah.